Greetings, people of Earth.
Good morning.
Good afternoon. It's
Good.
5 o'clock somewhere.
Good midnight. Who knows?
Timeless. We're going for a timeless experience
Good
here.
day.
Yes.
Welcome.
Night. Timeless to me.
My name is Rob Whelan. I am an author, game designer, and professional nerd, but today I am the host of Theater of the Mind Players, your friendly neighborhood actual play, where we play all of the excellent RPGs besides D&D to show you the wide, wonderful world of playing Let's Pretend. Today is our third episode of our second season, playing Magpie Games' very excellent Teen
Feels
Supers
like it's been
RPG.
longer than 2.
What's that?
It feels like it's been more than 2 episodes.
So
much has happened.
much.
We packed a lot in.
We made a lot of
This
choices.
is the
Third.
third one.
Yeah.
Third.
Yeah, so we've done 2.
Doesn't it feel like a lot more than 2?
I know, that doesn't feel right to me.
No, I was thinking when you said that, I was just like, wait a minute.
There's a lot of stuff that has happened.
So
I
much
feel like we have packed
Time is meaningless.
Wait.
is
Right?
4 episodes into like
Yeah.
a 2-episode bag.
That's
Like
what
I'm
you
not
have.
gonna lie.
Yeah.
But that's just
Oh,
more
I figured
value
out. Yeah,
for
I
our
figured out
our
what
fans,
confused me.
and more terror for our players. This is our third episode of our second season of Masks: A New Generation, which is an excellent teen supers powered by the Apocalypse RPG, brought to you by Magpie Games. We are very excited to continue to tell this story, and I kind of just want to get into it. So let's do our usual introduction, which is where we go around the table. Introduce yourself, introduce your character, and what your most memorable moment, either yours or another player's.
Tony's usual. Oh shit!
We've been doing this
more like
for
holy
over
shit,
a year.
everything happened.
and every time Tony is
many
like, "I forgot my homework."
It's never that I forgot. It's always just that I'm like, wait, was that my favorite? No, wait, was that my favorite? Shit.
No, I forgot.
Okay, that's great.
I just can't remember it for some reason.
Because your brain might be a little over.
I think just a lot happened.
No.
We
Over.
stayed up too late.
No, we stayed up way too late.
Good morning.
Yeah. Responsible adults.
Yes, we're all very responsible adults here in our elf games. Let's start. Sometimes I think this is just a dodge that Tony goes last on these sort of things. But
I'll go first. Do you want me to go first, Rob?
no,
I will.
because then you're going to be like, ah!
I figured it out. It's here now.
Then I'll go first. My name is
Go that way. Go that way.
Ethan Eichset Anderson. I'm playing Figment Aka Francis Bishop.
God,
There we go.
we're there. We're still
Gross.
there.
Keeping it.
No.
And
Sorry.
my favorite part of last time was going to the future.
Yes.
Oh,
The distant
and
now I'm going
that time you accidentally went to the
Accidentally went to
future?
the future,
The year
and now I'm going to
2000.
keep trying. Oh,
The distant future.
The year 2000.
It was cool, but they lived underwater.
In the year 2000. All right.
Hi. Hi, I'm Tawny P. Thompson, and I am playing Sparrow, the protege, also known as Quinn Elliott.
I don't know what that means.
I believe you mean Aka?
Yes. Oh, that is a term that is popular and used by everyone.
Nope. No,
Nope.
it's not.
I agree with Tony from that. Well, anyhow,
the only reason I want to go
my
first.
favorite part of last episode was my ancestors. So
That was very cool.
they were really cool.
They were dope as
It
hell.
was dope. So
Alright.
that happened.
Let's go to our next player.
Hello, I'm Tony Cheek. I am playing Horizon, aka Sean Braddock. Secret identity. You're not supposed to know that.
Well, we're supposed to know.
No,
that,
yeah.
but
people aren't supposed to.
so don't tell anyone.
Right.
We're not
It's
people.
between us friends.
And the internet.
My favorite moment.
Really?
Well,
You're the one who's judging. I like that.
I was gonna say that it was actually her ancestors, but she said it, so now I'm trying to think of something else. Probably the bit where the cliffhanger where Hades offers to possibly bring my mom back.
Oh yeah, that did happen, didn't it?
It did.
God. Hi guys, I'm Jordan Fishburne. I play Palamusa, Aka Arete. My favorite part of last episode was the 3 hours where I just blacked out.
And I assumed that everything went fine.
It must have been great. Nobody said anything to me after I came back to consciousness.
Erin Chase spent her entire episode like cleaning her house and like putting stuff on
She
shelves.
like painted a
She got a new
landscape.
Calax. She organized her gaming collection.
She made a sandwich. I don't know.
Had the first of 5 panic attacks.
She played some Gloomhaven. It was fun.
I think my favorite thing of the last episode wasn't necessarily a particular scene. It was kind of like the building throughout the entire episode for all of the cool little universe things we were creating. So
Let's count that.
how she's able to contact her
I'm copying her answer.
her
I'm copying her
people,
answer.
how she's able to travel to and from the underworld.
And how she's trapped there now.
Yeah, what?
I'm blacking out again, Rob. I don't know.
Just foaming at the mouth. Yeah.
All right, and last but certainly not least, our very special guest player should sign in, please.
Oh.
That you? No.
I'm
Incorrect
signing-
passwords.
Yeah.
Damn it. Okay, fine.
Is your caps lock on?
I probably, honestly. Hello, I am Danielle Bryn, and I am playing Helix Aka Hannah. It was
Password accepted.
it was different because instead of saying Aka, I said Aka.
That's your Atlanta accent coming through, I think.
Yes, that's the South changes you as a person. And
I hate you all.
my favorite part of last time was good cop, bad cop with Sparrow and the yet unnamed anti-hero.
Oh yes,
Oh, yeah.
the shapeshifter that was causing Horizon in particular trouble by pretending to be. That's my name for him.
And we Patreon chose his name, correct?
There, the as of this recording, it is still ongoing. But,
Okay.
by the time that character makes a return, we will have chosen. So
Oh.
I vote prick.
that's not one of the options. Why would you choose your own superhero name as Prick?
Well, technically he's a villain, so
Yeah.
maybe
Well,
he thought it was funny.
He's for hire.
Yeah.
It's a good name. It catches somebody's eye. Reading down a list of names.
Like Captain Blaster, blah blah blah. Hey, Prick. Yes, let's get that right.
It would work.
Asshole. Wow, that's an interesting name.
Surrounded by assholes.
Well, I feel like that's a good minion team then.
Yeah.
It's a
Oh,
good-
yeah.
All right.
Who are you? I'm asshole.
All right. So, as you can see, this is going to be a laser-focused session.
We got a lot of
really
sleep.
punchy.
Yeah. And we open our a story today at a let's see. It's not the Hilton. A high-end hotel in downtown Halcyon City. It is night.
Are we
And
thinking like Fister?
something like that. So let's call it the
Gilded Column.
No, the Giordano Hotel.
Giordano.
When all else fails, when you're running a superhero game and you can't think of a good name for a fancy element of your city,
Pizza brands?
No, choose a creator of a comic book and use their name,
Yeah.
because that way you're also doing homage. Dick Giordano.
Stanley Hotel.
Everything is named Stan Lee in this town.
Stan Lee or Yelnats? I don't know.
So, at the Giordano Hotel, there is a fundraiser tonight. It is a fundraiser for Hank, the homeless assistance for needy kids. And it is one of the actual organizations whose names Quinn can never remember when she's lying to somebody about where she has to be.
I don't have to do that anymore.
Well, you should probably, at least not to your mom.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you are legitimately at a fundraiser
I'm at a legit
for
fundraiser.
with Mayor Littlefeather, and I don't know if it's quite black tie, but it's definitely here to garner support from the wealthier members of Halcyon City. So the mayor is glad handing people and encouraging them to donate to the organization. What do you think you're doing to assist the?
I think I'm probably just helping with the overall coordination. Like, I'm sure they have like an event planner or whatever, but I'm probably just like trying to be the go-between there and probably getting under their feet.
I was going to say, so by event planner you mean adult that you're annoying because you're like, well, actually they're...
you shouldn't put him next to her because it's not a good idea. So maybe just move him over.
That's fair. That's fair. So let's before we get into too much, I'm adding a team to the pool, bringing your total to 5. So you're there, Mayor Littlefeather, aka what?
This shapeshifter's name should be Akka.
Oh no!
Can't.
I have to delete the.
Yes. Yes.
No.
We can't.
Can't do it.
Also known as he shapeshifts. It's great.
No. So, not to derail the scene. I feel like that is one of those things that is too clever by like a half a crank.
It's sort of like Theater of the Mind players.
Well,
Have seven puns in it
hey.
that no one gets.
I want it to be a bunch of assholes and Rob.
It's funny because when I tell people, oh, it's theater with an RE, all the like people who are theater kids are like, oh yes, bravo, good job. But like I feel like he would have to spend half of his time explaining the name. Like, no, it's like AKA, like, and then people would be like, oh, and it wouldn't be as clever as he thinks it is. It reminds me.
That almost makes it more perfect, though.
Shapeshifter is like, no, guys.
For yourself is.
What am I gonna call myself? Shifty? That's a dumb name. But it
Shifty.
it reminds me of my favorite Too Clever Halloween costume. There was a guy came to a Halloween party, and he was covered in knotted yarn, blue yarn, and every person that he walked up to, he'd be like, oh hey, you're the bishop, that's great, because they expected somebody to say, oh, you're blah. Nobody got it through the entire evening that he was tangled up in blue.
Oh,
And-
that's not a good one. No.
So I have to go.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like Akka is like,
Are you fixing to tell my Ruth Bader Ginsburg
No,
story?
Ron Anderson once went to a Halloween party.
hello Patreon, Ron Anderson.
And he covered himself in fake poo to be Do-Ron Ron.
I almost destroyed your microphone there. Wow.
This is why I married into that family.
Yes.
Wow.
So,
Okay.
all right. luckily, we only have to do a scene with Quinn here, while everyone else
Hi.
contemplates the cosmic horror of that. Whew. All right. Hi. So you're getting underfoot, and I think the event coordinator is like, "Can you just look? What I really need you to do is I need you to go to the kitchen to make sure that they're keeping up with the orders of the table. This is a $1,000 a plate fundraiser.
Okay, just make sure that the Amaryllis get over there, okay?
Okay. That girl. So you head
Clipboard.
now. You head in with your clipboard, +2 Vorpal, and it you get into the kitchen, and of course it is a scene of chaos. But what immediately catches your eye is that it looks like over, like you can see through the kitchen where they're screaming and yelling and putting plating things, and it's all out of every Hell's Kitchen episode that you've ever seen. I'm an idiot sandwich. And the but through the doorway into the that leads to the trash area, you see that it looks like one of the homeless folks is kind of picking through the trash and looking for stuff to eat. What do you do?
I'm gonna snag one of the plates and walk over there.
Okay.
Whatever, they'll make another one.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you go and I think that this is also a good scene to highlight Quinn's athleticism, because I think there's kind of a cool ballet like flip move, stuff that she does to get to there without interrupting the flow of the kitchen. And the homeless man looks up, and he's very clearly wearing his like best sweater that looks like it's still got holes in it, and he looks at you a little fearfully when you approach, because he's expecting you to be like, get out of here. Mm-hmm. What do you do?
I think I'm just kind of like, hey, like, there's enough food here, you can probably just eat some of this instead of that. Why is Quinn so fucking awkward? Why do I do
could
this?
say
I don't
so
know.
many
It's your
things.
character choice.
Yeah, it's like, you wrote her.
Thank you, young lady. Sometimes I think these sorts of things that people can't see the forest for the trees,
I mean, what's the point of having these big events if we can't feed some people, right?
He smiles and nods.
It's fucking Hades.
Like,
There were
whoa!
so many switcheroos last episode.
Whoa!
I don't trust you anymore, Rob.
You trusted him?
I was going to say, where have you been for the past year, 2 years, 3 years?
I'm
However
gonna go
long?
with 4.
4? It seems like 4. It's really only been like 2, but maybe 3. Because all right, we'll old people this out off air. But he smiles and he says, I'm gonna go. And you turn back to make your way back through the kitchen, and leaning in the doorway is Aunt Estrella. And she's dressed in a I want to say like a cocktail dress that definitely has influences from her Greek heritage. So it's kind of a little toga-y, and there's probably like an old brooch, up on her shoulder. And she's just kind of smiling.
Mademoiselle Estrella?
Not French.
Or Mademoiselle Arete, I guess. I said
You
Mademoiselle
you do know we're not French.
Yeah, but
Me?
I can't just call you Arete because it's weird. So I
But
gotta
Mademoiselle is not weird.
I was taking French at the time that I started, and now it's a thing. It's a thing.
It's
okay?
it is a thing now.
so-
Okay. It's just nice to see that. What you did there.
I mean, isn't that what you would have done?
It is. And that's what I think it's very easy to get wrapped up sometimes in the bigger picture stuff, but it's also important to do the little picture stuff.
I mean, that's kind of the whole point of these benefits, right? Like,
The point of these benefits is to remind people that this stuff needs to happen more often. But sometimes just doing the thing is just as important. She's trying to influence you.
oh, of course she is.
She is going to push your freak down and your savior up.
My savior is permanently locked.
Oh, okay. I keep forgetting that.
Yeah.
I should note that right now. She's trying to push your freak down and your superior up.
I can't.
You
So,
can't?
I can't. My superior's maxed out.
Oh, no! Did I do that on purpose? Can we cut this so that I just did that on purpose? Hold on. Let me. Before you roll, I do want to make those notes. Okay. This is why you, as a game master, should actually take notes about what's going on, as opposed to me, who is like, "Did I just do a thing?" All right, roll.
Oh, 6.
All right. On a miss, their words hit you hard. Mark a condition, and the GM will adjust your labels.
Is that
Did she
Guess
mark?
probably insecure.
Does she mark potential?
Did she mark 2 conditions for?
If I decide to push your labels the way that I
Okay.
wanted to,
Okay.
that makes sense because you just got a compliment from a hero. That's, first of all, you very rarely get compliments from heroes
Mm-hmm.
in general. Like, clearly Owl is very stingy with her love. But the fact that you got a compliment from somebody from the mentor of your rival on the team is doubly like, whoa. And there's a party that's like, I wish, like, I can't wait to hold this over little Arate's head. So, where are your things at? Oh, okay, thank you. This is making for some great radio.
Pretty much everything is balanced except for my superior, which is at a +3.
Okay. I think we're going to push up your... We're going to push your mundane down and your... I really don't... Well... Yeah, we're going to do mundane down and superior up. So go ahead and take another condition.
Man. Rough.
So does that mean I still...
Your mundane still goes down, and
Okay.
your superior stays at +3.
So basically, it's a permanent loss of a point.
Oh.
Well,
I don't know what makes sense.
her other
here.
thing is locked too,
Yeah.
so it's gonna happen that way. Don't worry.
Guilty,
Guilty.
maybe because you don't do it more often.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I get to pick.
Oh.
Oh.
Never mind. Hey Rob, how about guilty because she
Good
doesn't
call,
do it more
Jordan.
often?
I was thinking
Thanks.
guilty because
Thank
the first
you.
thing she
Thanks
thinks
so
of
much.
is I'm gonna hold it over Arite.
Yeah. Because I can totally see that thought process happening from Quinn of, oh, wow, that's great. Man, I can't wait to tell Arite. Oh, I shouldn't really... And as is often the case in these situations, this moment is ended by the sound of yelling and screams.
Of course.
And
If only
you
Echo's here.
and Estrella kind of share a look of like, all right, and
I duck behind a cool. I'm assuming I have like my suit on in such a way that I can just like,
oh yeah. Well,
Do the Wonder
she
Woman spin?
she grabs the brooch and pulls it off, and in a mystical cloud is in her armor.
Great, of course she is, and I'm just like awkwardly like.
Yeah, she whirls around and is like, "Let's go!" and like runs, and then we see like the cut through the doorway of you, like, just a second.
It's the Deadpool in a phone booth.
The two of you dash out into the main area, and it looks like about a half a dozen people, homeless folks who were part of the event, have started to go after the folks at the the tables, and they're like you see one person get pushed down, and the aggressor leans down and bites that person on the like shoulder.
What the fuck?
Zombies.
Man, I hate the homeless.
This problem. That plagues our city. Great. Great. Zombies.
And
Orc.
Arite leaps that person. She leaps over and grabs them. Grabs the homeless zombie by the arm and flips them. Like basically, she leaps forward, grabs them, and in a fluid motion pulls them off of the person who just got bit. And tosses the homeless zombie, into a display of like, empty Christmas boxes kind of thing, gift boxes. And she turns to the person that got bit and is like, "Are you okay?" And that person sits up, turns and looks angrily at Arite, and their head pops up by about a foot.
Some Evil Dead shit right there.
And Arite is like,
Deadites.
by the gods!
Here's the mayor.
Ooh. Yikes.
The
Hard pass.
mayor, the mayor is on the dais, and Little Feather is doing her best to like, all right. I need all of you to remain calm. I need and she's like trying to dash forward to help, and all of her like
Entourage.
are like, no, madam, you have to come this way, and you see her kind of look at you like,
I got this. Podcast people, I gave her the thumbs up with a big smile.
well, I think she gives you the subtle, like, you've worked out wordless communication, and she basically gives you the subtle.
Steal home. I'm going to bunt with a sack fly.
Hey, Macarena.
You can Macarena to any song.
Oh, podcasters, if only you could see the subtle hand signals that everybody just gave.
They were very subtle.
Tune into our YouTube and you can see it.
But she, I think she like basically brushes her ear with her hand in a certain position, and that's the call the team, get them down here, move.
I push the team calling button.
Woohoo! Woohoo!
Woohoo!
So, what did
No,
I? Oh.
that's the thing. The stretch. Point.
Look up here! Look up here! This is why we're okay, because even though everybody at the table is younger than me, they still get the Three Amigos reference. So, where are you when you get the owl hoot call?
I am probably training at the dojo.
Oh, okay. So you just describe the scene. Tell me what you do when you get the call. Like, do you just look, do the look at it and go, "I've got to go," or?
Yeah, there's probably nobody there. I'm probably just there by myself, just training, like, practicing different moves and all that sort of thing. When all of a sudden I hear it, like, over where my stuff is, and I just run over. I'm like, crap! So I get all my stuff and rush out the door.
Okay. Do we have anything? How do I want to mess with you? Do I want to mess with you? Maybe not. We won't mess with you. Okay. Where are you?
I am sitting in my brood portal.
Your what?
You don't remember the brooding?
Oh, yes!
Oh, the brood portal. I forgot about that.
I am sitting there attempting to teleport time instead of direction over and over again to see if anything happens. Like, I want to teleport here, but like
1976.
in like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
How
I
many
would
times do you accidentally fart?
Probably a bunch.
Too much Dr. Pepperoni last night.
I would love if each time that you try to time travel, you actually time travel right before you time travel. You're like, it's not working. It's not working.
Because like that's never happened before, and if it was me, I want to know how.
All right, so why don't you go ahead and
It's not working. It's not working.
why don't you go ahead and roll your unleash your farts and
Man, my brood portal became a Dutch oven.
I got 6.
oh
Rod.
no.
Freak is normally my
Damn.
highest, but it's currently a 0.
What the tits?
Fart portal.
All right, so that means that's a miss. So you're going to mark potential.
Welcome to the club.
Okay.
Hmm.
I'm gonna hold it together.
We're adults.
You already broke me with the do.
So you're in your brood portal. Everybody is thinking about farts. We are very serious podcasters here, damn it.
Stomach hurts.
Like normally you've got like music going and like all that stuff that teenagers are always like, I need like 5 different sound things to like get me in a place where I'm quiet.
It must have been love.
A lot of rock set. And you like you've even got your cape kind of wrapped around you, like you haven't, because you haven't had a connection with that since the end of last season. It's but there's something comforting about it, even if it's not necessarily an active part of you anymore. And for a second, you think you feel the cape tighten around you. Like maybe that connection is still there, and maybe that connection is trying to keep you from realizing your move here because of the danger involved. And you can't get that out of your head. So you pull the cape away and leave it next to you. And maybe that's what it was there was an element of holding you back. And you push back into that teleportation space, and something does feel different. You are aware that it wasn't some outside force that pulled you into the future. Like if you imagine the space that you use to teleport is a specific color, like red. You have now become aware that there are other colors in that spectrum of your abilities that you can see. You don't know quite how to get there, but you realize that power came from you. And just before you're able to slip into one of those other parts of the spectrum, hoo-hoo, completely breaks your concentration. So I'm going to give you a choice. Do you want to be angry or afraid?
I'm going to go with afraid. Because it's one of those things where I don't know if I actually want to get to the future. Because I know that's bad news. But I want to know if I can. And if I can, and there's more than just time and space, and there's more than two colors, I'm terrified of what those other ones are.
Spaghetti.
This
No,
week, arms
just-
are heavy.
So he cuts you. Where are you when you get the call?
I am sleeping.
You are. This truly is a fantasy wish fulfillment game where I've got.
Where we didn't stay up until today.
Does Helix dream?
Do electric sheep dream?
Probably not often. I don't think she has many dreams. I think she may have nightmares sometimes.
Oh, good, because that's definitely what you're having now.
Oh, good. Oh, delightful.
Because you feel like you wake up.
Mm-hmm.
And you are like, okay, well, it's time to get up. Or you hear hoo 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 hoo, and you're like, oh, time to gunk. Oh. And you realize you have bonked your head on the top of a tube tank, which you are inside now. And it takes a moment, but you're able to shake and rattle the lid enough that you're able to bust it open.
Oh, that's never happened before.
And you tumble out onto a cold tile floor, and you're in a sickly hospital style room. Like think that whole era of horror films inspired by Saw, of that sort of
Everything's seafoam green and
green
peeling.
filtered
Yeah.
peeling area. And you pull yourself up to walk on the cold tile floor, and you get out into a hallway, and you see that in this slim hallway there are doors in the hallway, and each of them has a cord running out of the room, like a heavy electrical cord. That and the cords have been painted or or taped or stapled so that they start out on the floor, but they eventually kind of come up on the wall, and the closer you get to the end of the hallway, the more it looks like you're just sort of walking through a hall of cords, of like thick electrical cords. What do you do?
I think I look in one of the rooms.
There is a tube tank.
I open the door.
And that electrical cord, it like, instead of being like plugged into the side, someone has shoved it in through the glass at the top of the tube tank, and you can see spiders of cracked glass coming out from where the cord went into the tank.
I approach the tank.
There is another U in the tank, and the cord has been shoved through that other U's eye.
Ulysses.
Oh my god. Can I tap on the... Is there equipment around?
Yes, it's all very technical and like a lot of knobs and ohms meters and that sort of kind of mid 20th century industrial kind of tech.
Can I open the tank?
From
the outside?
You grab and pull as hard as you can on the handles, but the tank doesn't open.
Can I smash the tank? Unleash my powers? I mean...
I'm gonna say... Why don't you go ahead and unleash your powers?
Okay. No, I can't use any of those yet, but I shall.
So you're going to be rolling plus freak here?
That is an 8 plus 3 is 11.
Nice.
Okay. Boom! Crunk! You get your fingers underneath underneath the cover of the tube tank, and you put your foot and your entire weight on it, and the door creaks and groans and finally comes off in your hands, and you chuck it behind you. And what do you do once you've opened the
tank? Well, I'm sure the water splashes out, and I check.
It's cold and slimy.
And I check to see if she's alive. Pulse, pulse.
Pulse, pulse. Weak pulse. Strong pulse. Sudden hand grip. As she coughs up the last bit of tube tank water. Are you the first? Hoo-hoo! Hoo-hoo!
Jesus.
And you wake up in your bed.
How very dare you. That was some fucking good audio drama. I think I wake up in a cold sweat, and I touch my eye to make sure I still have an eye.
You do.
Okay.
But it's glass!
I touch
But it's not yours!
I touch my arms.
Your tattoo on your arm has moved away, and there is the faintest hint of a bruise of a grip on your arm.
What the fuck?
Cut to...
What the fuck?
You don't get a call for some reason.
Yeah, what? I was already in weird. No.
Who knew?
Yeah.
Man, what crap ass service plan does Owl have that can't reach the land of the dead? Clearly, she did not go with the trust phone plus plan for.
I mean, that's what happens
anywhere,
when you get
anytime
crickets.
minutes.
I'm debating on whether or not one of the colors can take me into.
Different planes of existence.
Probably
I think
ultraviolet.
That might be a thing.
Maybe.
What are the dark colors, Ethan?
You don't know how long you've been here.
Mhm.
It because the underworld is this literal twilight realm where you can't really see, like, humans are still circadian in nature. They're they whatever your rhythm may be, you still have it's light out, it's dark out, and if you switch up those rhythms, that's fine. But when it is this gray, cloudy light, it messes with you. And like, on top of that, because you're here in the underworld, you don't have to eat, and so many elements of your mortal existence are stripped away here. Oh, and there's also the dogs.
Yeah.
Let's let the dogs.
Specifically, Cerberus, who has been hunting you for however long you've been here. Days, weeks, months. You just know that every time it seems like you finally get a bit of time to like relax and recuperate, you start hearing those 3 barks, and it's time to move on. What you have also found is that the souls of the dead are hiding. Here in the necropolis, like, it's not like you were expecting a big party. I mean, everybody's dead, so there's it's a little bit of a bummer. But you have that feeling as you make your way through the streets of this weird shattered mirror version of Halcyon City, where old buildings that have been long destroyed in the real world exist here now. You get that sense of people kind of peering out from windows and behind curtains to watch as, like, who is she? What's she doing here? But anytime you've directly tried to approach what you thought was a building full of people, empty, completely empty. What do you do?
So I'm going to assess the situation.
Okay. It's a good move to make. Roll your superior.
My superior is currently a 0, and I just rolled 5. So I guess
Time for a potential.
I'm going to mark potential, and that does
Fill you up.
That dings you?
that dings me.
All right.
Where's Jesus, you failed a lot.
Yeah, I did.
Oh.
I sure have done
Roll
that.
away.
Yeah.
That's a terrible ding. Ding! All right. Okay, so
Yeah.
So I think this means that you are you get jumped by Cerberus.
Yeah, I'm sure. That sounds right.
And I think what happens is it's kind of the Jurassic Park bit where you think you're creeping up behind a single-headed dog, and you've got you're ready to get the drop on it, and then you stop and you look up at You look up at the two dogs that are perched up on two buildings that leap down at you, and you're about to get torn apart when something grabs your ankle and pulls you through the bottom of the street.
Great, good,
Fantastic.
awesome.
And the two other ghost dogs smash into the lone dog that you had, and there's a brief moment where their energies coalesce and the three heads pop back out.
Yeah.
The person who pulled you down. Oh, you know what? We'll get back to that in a moment. That's a great secret. What are you doing, Rob? It's not really a game unless all the players want to murder you by the end of the first act. Okay, so
At least I leveled up.
True.
Back at the Hank event, things have taken a strange turn.
Of course they have. I
Um,
expect no less.
the the zombies that invaded the event have and you and Estrella have been battling them as best as you can, but nothing seems to be working.
It's because I don't have a shotgun.
Well, here's the thing. So we see Estrella chuck one of them into two of the other zombies, and it cuts back to the kind of the back-to-back fight pose of you and
Mademoiselle Arete.
and Auntie Arete, looking around, and she looks to you and says, We've got to isolate them because they're spreading whatever this thing is.
Okay. What can we? There. Yep. What can we try to get everyone else out?
Sparrow, I thought you were the leader of this team.
Yeah, we're gonna get everyone else out.
She's trying to influence you.
I have 2 conditions already.
Oh, isn't that interesting? So she is moving your danger down and your freak up.
I have a -2 to resist influence right now.
Do you really?
Yeah, I'm from Insecure.
Oh, you do, don't you? That's weird. Huh. When did that happen?
What a dick.
Just twist the knife. Do 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 do.
Even with that short statement of "I thought you were the leader," that just hit. You're like, am I the leader? Your team isn't even here.
I am the leader, Rob. That's not a question.
Well, you're like, I am the leader, but my team isn't here.
I just imagine you're like, don't you sass me.
Okay. I would like to assess the situation and be mindful of my surroundings to figure out what is controlling the zombie people.
Okay.
That's my goal.
So what is your tell me this move that you're making.
Be mindful of your surroundings when you assess the situation before entering a fight. You may ask one additional question, even on a miss.
Okay, roll it. But it has to be one of the questions that's
9 plus superior is 12, which is a mega win.
Yeah.
So I can ask
2.
3 because I get to ask an extra question. What here can I use to round up the zombie people?
The trick to rounding them up is to figure out a way to basically corral them without harming them.
Mm-hmm.
When it harms them, that causes them to become more powerful. They basically, whatever damage you do to them, they push back and...
Okay, I have an idea. That's my first question. What here is in the greatest danger?
Mayor Littlefeather. Because some of her entourage has already been infected.
What here is the biggest threat?
The biggest threat is the homeless zombies, because calling them zombies is something of a misnomer. You realize they're not zombies; they're acting more like a hydra.
Oh God.
Oh no.
Okay. So I had an idea of a thing that I'm gonna do to round them up. In most like big conference halls like this, they have those like walls that like come across and whatever that you can pull around.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? So I would like to like, I'm assuming we have them somewhat isolated. Like, we've been trying to fight the back, and the normal people are on the other side. So I'm hoping that I was corralling them that way, and I want to pull the other wall across.
You at least have the ones that are actively changing.
Right.
Like, there may be other people that have been infected that haven't changed yet.
Okay.
But you've got the ones who and they are all like stretched is probably the best way to describe them. Like their necks are like stretched out like a foot, and their heads are kind of waving.
So it's xenomorph time.
Not quite xenomorph, but like their arms are probably like a foot too long on either side, and their hands are morphing into weird like tentacle type things.
God. Ugh. Yeah, so I want to pull that wall across to at least buy us time.
Okay.
To help everyone else.
So I think you're trying to defend here.
I feel like I'm unleashing my powers to pull the wall.
No. Well, you are reshaping your environment.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I've been
Thanks for pushing my freak up, Rob.
Oh no! I only got 2
10
conditions out of it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, so yeah, you whip out your whatever your
probably a grappling hook.
Yeah, like whatever your
Tink.
Okay.
Shing.
I wasn't sure if it was a grappling hook or a whoosh 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 clang.
Whoosh 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 clang.
Okay. Whoosh 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 clang. Boom. And you've isolated the creature from the remaining innocents, but you definitely hear, like pound, 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 bang, 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 rum, rum, rum. Who gets your first?
Me. I am the fastest.
Pop.
I have a question.
You.
If I jump in there and just start hitting people, would that be taking a fully hard action without talking to the team?
I think it would.
Okay. Then so I jump in the banquet hall, you see me, and then I instantly go to the other side of the wall.
Yeah, like he's like, I'm here. Oh, the bouncer's there?
Yeah.
Boom.
Figs, what are you? I need you over here.
Boom, boom, whack, whack, thud, thud, thud.
Figs!
So I'm going to give you this back.
You're supposed to discard that at the end of the scene, Ethan?
Yeah,
okay.
She's right.
Yeah. I only know that because I'm trying to get rid of my own.
I do stupid shit.
Okay, so go ahead and directly engage that threat, though.
And then I'm afraid, so that's a -2.
Even better.
And that's an 8.
Okay.
-2?
I have a +2, so.
Oh, okay.
So it's a
Yep.
It's a washburn. Okay. So you rolled an 8.
Yep.
So you trade blows on a 7-9. Pick one.
I am going to resist their blows because I do not want to be a Slenderman.
A Hydraman.
Hydraman.
Well, so you zap over there and you're like, all right, let's fight some Oh, whoa! I see you like standing on top of a on top of like a flipped over, I don't know, like
podium
or something.
Yeah.
And the morass has turned into a more of a classic like Hydra style monster. Like we're gonna fast forward past any additional Cronenbergian body horror and just have it be a straight up like tentacly kind of like I think there are monster heads on the ends of each tentacle, but then sprouting from each tentacle are tiny or punchy tentacles.
Mhm.
I don't need tiny punchy tentacle. I don't need this.
That's weird, Rob. I don't. A couple of. And I think they actually so you've got the main tentacle with the beast head on the front, and then I think the punch tentacles actually kind of peel off like a corn husk, and
Gets grosser. Just gets worse. Just gets worse.
And they lash out at you, and you blip off of the podium as they scoop it up and tear it apart, and I think you blip up into the corner, hanging on a light rig, okay, you're trying to punch things. So how do you damage the thing?
Since I'm up in the rafters, I would like to go up there and see if I can knock down some of the rafter,
or the lighting fixtures.
Yeah, some of the crap up top and just drop it on them.
You look at one of them and you just start.
Yeah.
You just start.
Not the blizzard lights. Sorry.
No, those. Well, I guess if they sponsor us, then they stay up.
Drop the Chavez lights.
So you
Deep cut.
So you blip along the so there's the arch of lights, and you basically blip to a light, unscrew it really, really quickly, unclip the safety thing, and so we just see at the withering, the writhing mass of Hydra at the bottom
As it's growing up to me as things break.
Yeah,
off.
and it's reaching up to you, and then plink, pang, plunk, bang, and just light after light after light keeps dropping on it. That's going to make this creature angry.
Good.
Is it lighted on fire though?
Not yet.
Electric.
We have to disconnect it to drop
But they're
it.
disconnected.
Yeah.
Okay, so who's next?
I guess that would be me. I just burst through the door. I look at her and I'm like, "Where do you need me?"
We need to protect the mayor. Get over to the dais. Thank you, please.
And I just see one.
Okay. And you beeline over to the mayor, just in time to see 2 or 3 people trying to bite her.
Okay.
Don't get bit!
Thank you. I was totally planning on it. And I would like to defend her.
Go ahead and do it.
Okay.
Shit.
Can I use team to help him?
He rolled a 4
Okay,
plus
never
whatever
mind.
your savior is.
What's your savior?
0.
Good. Never mind. No team.
You could. Each of you could spend 2 teams.
Team.
Yeah.
Well, you'd have to spend 3 teams, so each of you would have to help somehow.
I can't
It's
see
either-
what's going on at the moment.
It's either that or we all die.
I'm not there. So.
Let's see here.
Can I throw myself in front of the mayor?
Are you on the other side of the wall?
Yeah, she is. If the monster's here, some of the mayor's over here. You could.
Is it too late to do another move?
What is the move you want to do?
I'll save you. You're willing to pay a high cost to keep your loved one safe. Reveal your secret identity to someone watching, or mark a condition to defend a loved one as if you rolled a 12+.
Oh, that's so cool.
That
playbook
you could
is that
absolutely
from?
make that
Janice.
move.
I will do that.
So, are you taking a condition, or are you revealing your secret identity?
Taking a condition.
Oh no, the mayor is gonna know who I
Probably.
really am. Afraid?
Yeah, probably afraid or hopeless. Which one do you think?
I think.
Insecure would work too.
I could see any of them working.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's the fun thing about conditions is that sometimes one floats to the surface that's the obvious choice, but all of them tend to be broad enough that you're this could be anything.
Could make it work.
I think really it's me kind of deciding, well, what do I want to see you, what stupid thing do I want to see you do? And is anyone else afraid?
Yes.
No.
Is anyone hopeless?
I am.
Okay.
I'm hopeless
insecure and
afraid.
guilty. Again. Good old Gwilt.
Who's insecure?
Me. Technically, I just got rid of it-ish.
Kind of.
After
Yeah,
the
it is
season.
pending.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, everybody has one of these conditions, right?
Yep.
Okay. I feel like you are probably going to be either. It's so hard. Like I can't decide. It all looks so good. I can't decide what plate to eat from first.
It's a delicious pain buffet.
I would go with the stuffed mushrooms.
Is that guilty? I don't know how the metaphor continues into this. Well, there isn't a condition called gassy, so I don't really.
You should probably dig into the frittata. Whichever one says frittata to you, Rob.
I think. Yeah, afraid or insecure, I feel like are the two.
Afraid kind of sounds like frittata.
it has a letter in it.
If you try really hard.
Not frittata.
If you reach.
Afraid of frittata.
Yeah, you're afraid.
Okay. Thank you.
I think you push through your fear to stop it. How do you get the mayor to safety?
I assume that I tried to defend her by fighting, but that didn't work. So I feel like I'm just rushing out the door as like they're all just beating me in the back, and I'm just like rushing her out, and I'm just taking all the hits.
Okay. Love it. Okay.
Do I have to show up?
Why wouldn't you?
Because I'm very unsettled.
I guess you don't have to.
Maybe I show up a lot.
You roll in with like a Starbucks, like what? Are we here?
I show up later than I should.
Okay.
So I roll in late and
Okay.
a little disoriented.
Are just so I'm clear, are you doing this to clear condition, or are you is this just a character choice?
This is drama.
Okay. Cool. So
Also, I'm still tired from probably training, so that's probably why.
I haven't had a nightmare like that ever. So
So
he got the owl out, or the mayor.
right.
Are there other non-affected people in here that are in danger?
No, because you've got the monster on the other side of the thing.
Okay, so I need to go and try and save fucking figs.
So what does Arete do here?
Antistrea?
Yes.
Oh,
So I think that she
goes on to the underworld.
Yeah.
Immediately
rescues her very
She
attractive.
somehow knows that her gorgeous niece.
I've got to go rescue my gorgeous niece. You guys clearly have this in control. Goodbye.
She gets down there, grabs you, and is like, "Stop messing around!"
God, Cerberus.
Okay, so I think she sort of sees everybody kind of flailing about a little bit. I think she tries to support Little Sparrow or Sparrow.
Okay.
So she what's her mundane score?
Why don't you just go ahead and use yours?
Okay. Oh, mine's a -2 though.
Well, she's not really good at. I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. I know. I was just hoping to swing that one past the game master.
Nope.
Straight as anything.
Keep it.
Can I keep that? I did drop it.
It's fine. Roll the other one.
Okay.
You're gonna roll a 1 anyway.
He's such a kind,
benevolent despot is the word.
Yeah, I did roll a 1. So she got
A 5.
a 5. Do I get to mark potential?
I will absolutely let you mark potential.
Thank you, Rob. You're so nice today.
Well, I figure that potential comes in some off-page adventure that you had in the underworld.
Oh,
God damn
does
it.
this mean I get to save Mademoiselle Arete?
She's trying to support you.
In what? I wasn't really doing anything at the moment.
Well, no, she's trying to get you guys
Yeah.
working as a cohesive team.
Yeah.
Oh, that actually reminds me. Since you are now battling a threat, you do get 2 of those. And
Because I'm the leader.
Mm,
I am, though.
Just because Aunt Arite said so doesn't necessarily mean that's the truth.
I'm the leader.
So does any team member mistrust the leader of the team if she's the leader?
Right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's just us, right?
I'm
Yeah,
sure,
it's the 3 of you.
Yeah.
No.
I don't mistrust her. I
You're
just
not
think
here.
she can do things better.
So
that brings team to
7, 8.
7.
That's much team.
That's 8.
I would probably put us off balance though at the beginning
You little asshole.
because people didn't show up.
I
The whole team is here.
I'll get there eventually.
Yeah.
So 7.
Had you shown up, I wouldn't have.
Yeah.
But the fact that you just are like snooze.
No, I don't
be
think she. I
fine.
think she's like dripping in sweat and just trying to.
Sorry, brood.
Thank
Well,
you.
it's almost when you wake up and you're like, I'll sit here for 2 minutes and then I'll get up. And then you look at the clock and it's been a half an hour of you laying there staring at the ceiling.
Yep, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just go.
Hello,
Oh,
darkness, my old friend.
and then she just goes, "Oh shit!" and she gets up and runs out the door.
So what happens for Mademoiselle Arite's family?
So I think, well,
She gets the bitten.
no, I think she cleans up your mess.
So she's not really comforting you or supporting you. She just is like,
Like she's
I
like
didn't
she.
leave a mess. I was doing a really good job.
Well, but no, what? So she's. Yes, please fill out the survey later. If you could rate us 5 stars, that'd be great. Because anything less, and I don't. And
How's my crime fighting? Dial 555.
So how does she deal with the Hydra?
Was in her wheelhouse, right?
Mhm.
As a Greek demigod.
How did the? Wasn't that the thing where Hercules lifted?
No.
He
He
did.
jumped inside of it and sliced it
Aeolus
open
would
from the
cut off
inside.
The heads, or he would cut off the heads, and Aeolus would burn the heads as they were cut, because if you cauterize the wound immediately, you
Yeah.
want to grow another head.
Oh.
Just light it on fire.
In the middle of the fancy hotel.
Listen, roasted Hydra for dinner.
No, so like,
there's
are
hot
you trying to
plates.
save these people in the Hydra, or are they gone? 'Cause
I think she's trying to save them. So
Yeah.
no. Here's what happens. I think she dives down, and gets like wraps up as many of the tentacles as she can, and then she just closes her eyes, and looks at you and says, or before she closes her eyes, she says, "Sparrow." I'm going to take care of this on Olympus. Just make sure that everyone else is safe. Cordon off anyone that has been in contact with the creature or the whatever it was that this thing spawned from. And that's when she closes her eyes, and in a golden flash of light, her and the Hydra are gone.
Including the ones on the other side of the wall. Would
No.
I check right now? Oh, good. She just left pigs.
Well, no, there are people who have been who have been bitten or scratched,
Mhm.
but they haven't manifested stuff yet.
Okay, so she did take all of like the actively.
Yes.
Okay. I think. I mean, I know he's probably safe, so I'm gonna check on Figs first. And just
You're
see
fine.
what's up.
Yeah, the room I was in is empty now.
Yeah.
Did they touch you? Did they get at you? Like what?
You resisted
No.
their blows.
Okay. Oh man, where the fork is Helix?
Oh,
And Eric
she
Day.
just rolled in.
I run in and I'm just panting. I'm like, hi, what are we fighting?
Thanks so much for joining us. Nothing right now. Great.
What?
There were zombies? I don't... Okay, let's go find...
I think there's like 4 left where the owl was, isn't there?
No?
No?
They grabbed all of the actively transformed
Okay.
ones.
There were some that went after the owl, but they seem to have shaken off whatever feeling.
Let's go
they
find
were having.
Horizon, and we need to round up anyone who had contact with these things, just to make sure, like, if they got bit or scratched or whatever, that this stuff doesn't manifest.
Oh, okay. I can quarantine.
Okay.
Cut to.
I was trying really hard to make a sacrifice for someone so I could absolve my guilt, Ron.
Oh, darn.
Oh, God.
We still have so much
Yeah.
time. Who are you? You are in a cave or a tunnel. I mean, this is the underworld.
Yeah.
There's a lot of these.
Yeah.
Or so it's actually even whispered, like, "Who are you?"
What am I looking at?
It's hard to see in the darkness, especially because they have a like a hooded lantern, like right in your face.
Oh, okay. What about
What are you doing here? Don't you know that it's not safe to be outside?
who are you? I'm
asking
Arete.
the questions here.
I'm telling you, I'm Arete.
You look a little young to be an Arete.
She just sighs and like looks to the side for a second. I'm the latest iteration.
Lol irritating.
Little Arete.
Album drops on SoundCloud next week.
She grabs the wrist holding the hooded lantern and tries to subdue them.
Okay, go ahead and directly engage the threat.
I don't want to.
It's the first time Arite's ever said that.
Yeah, no, none for me, thanks.
Still +1.
Okay. So I'm gonna fight the good fight. And pull my punches when directly engaging a threat. You can roll plus savior instead of plus danger. Which doesn't help me. Actually, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that.
Because
I was hoping that it was
your condition would still happen though.
Well, actually,
Right?
it is still considered directly engaging a threat,
Mhm.
even though you're using your little move thing, right?
Mhm.
Or would it be different?
How is it written?
It says when you pull your punches while directly engaging a threat.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah,
feel
it's,
like
it's still gonna hit. Sorry.
I'm just gonna do it the normal way then.
Okay, I'm just gonna punch him.
Yeah, I'm just gonna do it normal. That's great.
Ooh.
Oh no.
So I
Has more
got
potential.
a 5 total. 'Cause
Jordan's gonna double level this.
It's
this
plus
episode.
3, and I had a -2 from being afraid. So yeah, I'm just gonna max out the potential track a couple times.
You're like, okay, I've got to do this rest of the thing away, but your training just kind of takes over, and you knock them flat on their butt.
Okay.
And you've got the hooded lantern, and it's a woman it's a dark skinned woman who is wearing it looks like a tattered like a magician costume,
Mm-hmm.
and she's out.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
And you
Fix his mom!
Oh my god.
Okay, Arite doesn't know this. Okay.
Arite doesn't know what.
We don't know this for sure.
Exactly.
We totally do know.
exactly.
We absolutely know.
No. I'm curious. Who do you think you just knocked out in the underworld?
Jordan thinks she just knocked out Figment's mom.
Oh. Well, we'll have to explore that when we get back to our next act in just a few moments. But
Rob was like, "Say it."
All the moms!
we'll be back in just a few moments with Act 2 of Season 3. Act 2 of episode 3 of season 2 of Masks.
Was it my mom at the thing?
And welcome back to season 2, episode 3, act 2 of Masks Past Tense.
Got it in one.
Woo! 232.
Rob did forensics.
I did because
Oh, you did?
I did.
Oh, I guessed right.
Yeah,
Has everybody at the table done?
No.
Nope.
I
No.
judged. I used to coach.
No.
I used to coach.
I did draw the
actually.
club, but
I
not forensics.
judged, but in like a personal capacity.
Not like judged you can get better, as in like
Yeah.
judge.
Like,
No, yeah,
look at
Jordan's
these
like,
nerds.
not how I would have done it.
I was making a look at these nerds joke,
It's
but
a no
I guess
for me,
it's
dog.
a-
It's funny that you're making that joke while we're here recording you being a nerd. and
What?
pretending to be a mythological
Rob,
superhero.
I'm here to try to pull the cool up at the table. That's no, not the case.
Yeah, I was in forensics all through high school, and then I did it for I did one in college, and then a girl broke my heart, and then I quit. So,
Don't give up on your dreams, kids.
okay. So, actually, I also just didn't like the vibe overall, but either way, like a lot of the stuff that I didn't in high school, when I went to college, I was like, I don't like how they do it here, and
College forensics is intense as fuck. Like, you got it. Yep.
yeah, and I was like, I'd much rather hang out with the theater kids and party all the time. So,
Theater kids.
Theater kids.
so,
Just us two? Okay. Yep. That's fine.
I mean, I was one, but I'm not gonna.
Oh, dear.
um,
I'm sorry I slapped you.
so what were
Are
you?
you
Oh
okay?
yeah.
Oh,
So,
starting the episode.
back at
Fix this
the
mom.
what? Who?
Piggy's mom.
Well, let's
Mom.
start with
No.
you.
Good. Great. Good.
Jordan has a
Great.
full meltdown in the corner.
Like every act, she's like, yeah.
Okay.
So close.
So
So
we cut
Helix
ba-
is gonna quarantine.
We,
I
we,
would like
no,
to
we
find...
cut back to the
Okay.
the what was the
Giordano's.
fundraiser, and the cops are there, Aegis is there, everything is under more or less under control.
Mhm.
So are you back to being Quinn, or are you still in your Sparrow gear?
I think if only so people don't freak out going, oh my god, where'd the intern go?
Yes, because that's what happens. Everyone is like, but the intern!
The event planner was like, "Thank God she's gone."
But I think I swapped back to Quinn at this
Okay.
point.
You are just finished getting back into Quinn mode when you spot your mom. And she is, trying to get quotes from everybody. Like, can you tell me what happened? Can you tell me what happened? Did you order a side of villainy with your dinner today, Senator? You know.
Oh, of course she did.
And she sees you, and she's like, and she runs up, and she's like, "Are you okay?"
I'm great.
Great.
I
Take me to Mayor
was in
Littlefeather.
the kitchen when everything happened.
This is okay.
Uh-huh.
This is off the record. I don't want to reveal that thing. And I, as your mother, want to make sure you're okay.
I'm great.
Okay. Now taking you to the mayor.
I don't know if I can do that. She's okay. Yep. Stay right here. I'll check if she has the availability.
Let me check her calendar.
You are giving me, let me check her availability to your own mother.
Mom, she just got attacked by a bunch of...
To your own
Tentacle
mother.
things?
You are putting your own mother on hold?
I have to, because what if, there's things that happened and she has to handle things, and I can't just, give you special access to the mayor. It's unethical.
Fine. Put me on hold. I'll wait here. It's okay. You can do that. It'll be fine. She's trying to influence you. She's moving your mundane down And she is moving your freak up.
Jordan's sobbing in a corner. Tawny's sobbing in a corner.
I have to try to resist this.
I gotta get the corners crying.
I'm just that little dog going like, with everything on fire, going, this is fine.
So what did you roll, Tawny?
A 3. Give me those dice. Give me the dice.
Warning, when I tried to roll them earlier, almost all of them came up as well.
Yeah, Jordan stank all those up.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So feel
I think
free.
it might be you and
Apparently
not the
I
dice.
It might be.
So-
I've been rolled like shit.
You got a 9 there. Trying to make it feel better.
It's a 6-sided die.
Okay.
I know, I'm trying to make you feel better.
I cannot be comforted.
My freak is already at max.
Okay. Well,
That's, potential.
Yeah, you do get that.
Super stoked.
Small mercies, guys.
That's all she has in this life.
It's the
You
only
did,
thing that's
you did
been really
complain that you
weird.
didn't fail at all last
Didn't
session.
fail at all last session.
Did you mark potential for the other time that you screwed up your influence
Yeah.
roll? Okay.
Those are the only times I failed
Yikes.
now. Those two.
So let's see here.
Look at my toys. What can I give you today?
with my evil toys? I think you are angry at your mom for guilt tripping you. I'm going to have you move your mundane up.
Boop, boop.
And your freak down.
Boop, boop.
That's why that's an extra dick move because now she resisted just so I could do this to her anyway. But I like you feel kind of like this is totally a mama like kind of move here. Of I'm in the middle of doing stuff.
Mama!
Sorry.
No, it's good. Good reference.
You So where do you think that Mayor Littlefeather has been sequestered for her safety?
Probably just some side
like a conference room?
Yeah.
Okay. As you approach, you hear what sounds like a semi-heated argument going on.
I would like to listen in. Oh my god. What am I doing, Rob? Am I unleashing my power?
No. You're just
Okay.
you're doing this thing called listening.
Well, I just figured I needed to like
Power
sneak.
listen.
Be sneaky because they probably have guards on the door or whatever. No? Nope. I'm gonna stop making this harder for myself. Yeah, I just listen. I'm listening with my ears. I'm just using my ears to listen, Rob. So
I'm giving you this to you as a gift, and you're like, no. Let me do a backflip first, and then I'll take the gift.
Unleash my power, and she pulls out a red Solo cup.
It is an argument between Mayor Littlefeather and Mademoiselle Arete.
how did she get back?
She's a demigod.
She got back.
She does what she wants.
Okay.
I thought you were supposed to be teaching these kids how to be heroes. Podcast audience, I wish you could like go.
You're not
Look
having a
at the face.
glitch. That's
Look at the
just
face.
all
I'm just looking at Tony's face. That's like
YouTube is worth it, guys. It's so necessary.
part of teaching is failure, Arete.
Fucking fail.
So you agree that they failed. I didn't say that. But I'm trying to appease you because I have had a bit of a day. You've had a bit of a day. I had to transport a Hydra directly to Olympus because your kids couldn't pull it together to stop the thing.
I slam in there.
Oh, are you maybe getting rid of a?
Yes, I am. Excuse you. You are the hottest, most obnoxious hero in the entire Hall of Justice here with the forking city. You have absolutely no right to come in here and do this. We handled that very well, and we would have handled it even better without you.
Who are you talking to?
Yeah.
Arate!
I think Al actually is like, does ask, are you talking to me or to Arate?
I'm looking Arate like directly in the face.
Oh.
I'm like straight up against him.
Do you have a finger on the chest?
No.
What are you doing here to get rid of a condition? Just so I know how to play this.
I don't know if I'm taking foolhardy action or hurting someone / breaking something important.
And then,
my relationship
and
with
also
Arate.
sacrificing yourself too.
I'm also sacrificing
No.
myself.
This is
all three.
This isn't a combo meal.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
I
not
feel
sure.
like foolhardy action fits here.
Okay. That then.
Okay.
Times in the hallway, like, I said,
You weren't exactly keeping your conversation a secret.
Behind a closed door in a room away from them.
Loudly.
You're right.
Yes, I am.
She says uncertainly.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, am I? Instead, I opted for yes, I am.
I'm being unfair because I'm worried. I'm going to assume that I know the answer to this, but I'm going to ask it anyway. You haven't talked to Polymusa lately, have you?
She marked herself away. I assumed she was like visiting Hermes or like.
She's
something.
not on Olympus. And I thought she was with you. So I think I might have been a little upset because she
Jordan has
wasn't
become a turtle.
she wasn't here, and I was being unfair. You.
Well, thank you for saying so. I appreciate your candor.
And Owl says, and you see Owl kind of give you the look of like, don't push it, kid.
I'm trying to remember. Did anyone tell me at any point that Arate was working with Hades? Whether or not that was a lie, is, whatever. I don't think that was ever told to me, right?
What?
That anti-Arate, that Estrella was.
No
working
one knows.
No one knows.
No one.
Oh, the only person that knew was
Me.
Okay, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Did my character know that or
No,
not?
no,
I couldn't
no.
remember. Okay.
The only thing you were told was from your ancestors.
Okay. I couldn't remember if something else came out somewhere else about.
No.
Okay, cool. I feel like we should pull the whole team together because I discovered something while I was on my trip that might point us in a few directions, but I don't feel that it's safe to have that conversation here around prying ears.
So then we should go
To the aviary.
We should have this conversation where people could walk in the door and hear us.
Right. I feel like Aegis has everything contained here, and I learned a few things.
All right. Well, then, if you'll excuse us, Arate, we have team business to discuss.
I mean, you probably. I'm not
Arate,
sure. I'm not
like
sure.
Arate gives her a kind of a really bitch like look, and then it's like, if you hear from Polymusa, please contact me as soon as possible. And she disappears in a flash of golden light.
Okay.
Cut to. what seems it could again minutes, hours, some length of time, and the figure that you knocked out, that you hit slowly is like, Did you take her anywhere, or were you just kind of standing there going,
Yeah. So where did she pull me? Just into a tunnel?
into some tunnel underneath the necropolis?
I would have moved her further in, away from the entrance that she pulled me through.
It seems like she just pulled you through like solid rock.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Ooh.
If there's stuff around me, I probably would not have moved then. Like, if that wasn't a straight entrance. I would have tried to make her more comfortable, though, because I did not mean to punch her in the face.
It happens.
That just sort of happened automatically.
So I wonder if maybe this...
I did search her, though. I did, like, try to pat her down and see if I could figure out who she was and potentially try to...
So, what...
You're $20 richer now?
Yeah.
Always loot the body
20
after
Hades bugs.
So, all right.
Only good for the ride.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see this knife that I have here. I'm gonna actually pass it over to Ethan. What memento would your mother have on her that would connect, like that you would, that would connect her to you?
The issue I'm having is, in the lore, I haven't seen her since I was a little babe. So what baby item?
Lock of hair, bro.
But why would that be directly related to me
Just a
from what you knew?
Baby
It could
booty.
be.
What about like a locket that has a picture of baby pigs?
Or even if it's like a little book that she had for like a baby book that she carries around.
Lord of the Board
Brad
Brad
has an
seems to
idea.
have an idea.
Is it you as a baby swaddled in the cloak?
Oh. Oh, God.
Yeah.
In a locket.
Half the people went, aw. Half the people went, oh.
Okay.
Because I was trying to think of like you from a baby you wouldn't recognize
Right, you,
an
yeah.
adult.
Like little pudgy hands in the air, smiling at the camera, swaddled up. Yeah.
The only
Mhm.
time Francis has ever smiled. Okay. So when I search her, I find a locket.
Well, I think, or like a Polaroid.
Yeah.
And he's swaddled in the cloak, little baby hands up, and it's actually levitating like in like midair.
And I'm just like, oh, fuck.
So you pulled her to a side tunnel that led to like an old subway station.
Mm-hmm.
So you've got her kind of laid out on a bench.
Is it the same subway station
That's
I
what was
hang
gonna
out in?
ask.
That what?
That I hang out in?
No.
Oh.
Oh, that'd be sweet. I'm debating on doing something really shitty. I can't though because I want to get shit done.
What's the shitty thing that you want to do?
Run from something?
Run from something difficult to get rid of my afraid condition.
You could absolutely do that once you figure out who she
But
is.
I need to ask questions. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do it. That's the point of this game. After I get her settled,
And you're like, what's this? You pull out the thing and oh no, you realize who it is.
and I'm like, this is the underworld. His mom's dead. I can't do anything. I can't. She's dead. To bring her back up would be fucked up.
Work together with your mom?
Shut the fuck up. So I am gonna make sure she's comfortable, and I'm gonna
You're
run
gonna
away
pull a
from her.
Figs.
Yeah, I'm just
Okay.
gonna peace out of that
Pull a Figs.
situation.
Your hand shakes as you drop the Polaroid and
just-
you go.
Yeah, like there's so much going on. I'm stuck here. I'm trying to figure out what's happening. I just found one of my friend's mothers, and I gotta get out of there.
Yeah. It's a thing.
And yeah,
Okay.
so I try to
We cut
find some other
to
shit.
everyone back at the aviary. Except Horizon.
Wait, Horizon?
I'm sorry. Helix.
How very
Other
dare
H
you?
So do we want to have your angry reaction to that, or do we want to see where she's at first? I think we want to see where she's at first. So we actually don't cut to the aviary. Instead, we cut to the spike.
I guess everyone turned their head and went, huh?
Aru?
Question mark? Question mark? Question mark?
As you are members of of these the because of how things went with Trust and Super, you kind of have that like, oh, people know your team even if you don't have like a name yet. You're like, oh,
we're the wing this week.
okay. The wing.
Hard pass.
Just a hard pass.
The flight.
That's next week.
I see.
V formation.
But superheroes have the ability to access people or villains that are being kept in the spike. So I think you go up to the front desk, and there's a very polite woman there. And how may I help you, young lady?
Hi, I'm Helix. The superhero, Helix.
Hi, Helix over here.
I would like a pass to see Dreamkiller, please.
And what is the purpose of this visit? She starts typing clackety clackety clackety.
Information collection.
On an active case or an inactive case?
Active case.
Do I want you to make a move here?
I can.
Yeah, I don't think you want to. Huh. That's an interesting notation. Can you hold on for just 1 second?
Sure.
Yes, hi. This is Phyllis down at the front desk. Can you tell me what a code 32 is? I haven't seen this one before. Oh. No, it's Helix. Yeah, no, she's up and around, it looks like.
Isn't she dead?
Yeah, I'll update her file.
So what is up?
Well, Dreamkiller was only we weren't. It's a strange situation. As you are likely aware of what happened, and she kind of clacks on the keyboard.
Yes, disappeared for a year.
Yes, and Dreamkiller only became active again in the interim, but was then brought back to the spike.
Right.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you know. I need to update these files, which is weird because like, what was interesting is that Dreamkiller returned on their own power. Normally, when these things happen, we have a hero who fights them, and there's it's very exciting, and people dangle off of buildings. But Dreamkiller just came back
On her own recognizance.
Seems like it. It's a very rare occurrence.
I will have to ask her about that.
Okay. You'll need this badge.
Thank you.
And that badge will actually just lead you directly to their cell.
Oh.
So just whenever you come up to a door, if it will open if you need to go that way, and if you don't go that way, the door won't open. It's very simple.
Now, what kind of security does Dreamkiller have, being kind of a malleable being?
Well, it looks like, well, we don't like to necessarily talk about specific security measures because as soon as you say they're protected by X, then people start working their way around that.
Right.
But I can tell you that because of their mystic nature, we did consult with the Adepts of Hermes and the Secret Society of Sorcery to focus more on those elements. So you will be perfectly safe.
All right. Well, Phyllis, thank you, Phyllis.
Thank you, Helix. I'm glad to see you are back.
I think I'm glad too.
When you've been doing this as long as I have, heroes die and return on a very regular basis. And sometimes it's just nice to be told that you were missed.
Thank you, Phyllis.
She is trying
to influence.
She is like very accidentally, but this kind of pushes your freak up and your savior down.
My freak is maxed out. We can't do that.
Oh, we can. You just, if you want to resist, you run the risk of doubling down on conditions. If you just take it, you only get a single condition.
Or you could pass.
I'll just roll it. What am I rolling?
Just you straight,
Just a straight
up
roll.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good luck. Yeah, I'll keep that actually. That is a 7.
All right. So, on a hit, you tune them out. You 7-9 choose one. You clear a condition or mark potential by immediately acting to prove them wrong. You shift one label up and one label down, your choice. Or you cancel their influence to take one forward against them.
I'll take a potential.
Okay. But you have to immediately act to prove them wrong.
And, okay. Oh, I know what I'm going to say. Phyllis, you are the only person who has said they missed me. So thanks, I guess.
Tawny is not
I am
pleased.
offended.
Tony is going to email you a picture of your hug. And...
Well, I mean, we hugged, yes, but like the rest of the team, like, okay, maybe only only one other person. How about this? I'll retcon it. Only one other person has said that they missed me. So thanks, Phyllis.
That's really sad.
I know.
I'm sorry, honey.
Yeah, me too. Well, anyways, I have a deadly villain to interrogate, so I'll be on my way.
This place is weird.
This place is weird as fuck.
So the way that visitation works in the Spike is basically like it's like in, you know how in hospitals they have like the lines on the floor that you're supposed to follow, except it's different colored like light makes. Like if you see a wall, there's a strip of light that changes color based on what the badge that you have, and it leads you to the elevators and leads you to the the different things. And the way that it works is when you get into the blocks, the glass frosts over the inmates that you're not talking to, because that way it keeps, you know, the Joker from taunting you like, oh, come over to my cell. They don't want that. They don't want that at all. And
Hello, Clarice.
right, like you're already doing one hello, Clarice. You don't want everybody else like hooting and hollering and screaming.
Bienvenidos, Clarice.
Right.
What up, Clarice?
Willkommen, Clarice.
Hola, Clarice.
However, you still do get to hear the murmurs, because as you walk, the glass kind of frosts over, and so that at least tips off the people who are stuck in the Spike as like, oh, somebody's here visiting, and that still can be enough to provoke, you know, like some shouts and yells, but nothing that you're able to pick out. And you come down the hall, third cell on the left, and lying in the middle of it is the doll.
I think I take a seat.
I wonder if, like, they've got... So, do they already have benches there, or do you, like, push a button and, like, a thing shoots up that you sit on?
I think we probably see it as I arrive. It come up automatically.
Okay, I like that. Like I compared to, say, with all the Silence of the Lambs jokes of, you know, this that sort of dungeony feel. I feel like this is much more of a, like, dark but modern thing. So like
it's a very sterile environment.
Yeah, like a cross between, like, a hospital and like an Apple store.
Your line of light ends in a circle of light, and then that circle lifts up into a little stool.
Ooh, I like that.
Love that.
Look at that.
Love that for you.
That's quality description right there, folks.
All right, so I think I just take a seat on the stool. Good morning. Dream. Are you dead?
I am not a fan of this.
For podcast people, Rob is leaning back in his chair with dead eyes.
Yeah.
Dead arms.
Yeah, he went boneless.
Yeah.
I am covered in the sauce of sadness.
Like, so, you didn't kill me. How about that? Is that going to wake you up?
Of course I didn't kill you. I don't know how.
What?
How can you kill something that's infinite like the stars?
You know,
I forgot how much Dreamkiller was like super creepy.
Yeah. It's like, you know, it is always a joy to interact with you. But apart from you being infinitely creepy, I need your help.
Aww.
So you know Dream.
We've I feel like because we're such intimate friends, that means so much to me. I was inside you, and you were inside me.
Phrasing.
What do you mean I was inside you?
We were both real drunk.
We'll go to AO3 and you'll see that. Well, you tried to keep me inside you. I mean, that just means that we all mixed together in a big tumbly bumbly thing.
I don't like it. Yes, we are dear friends. Girls. So anyways, you are the only dream expert I know.
Aww. That's really sad.
You know, people keep telling me that today.
Well, you should know more people. I mean, I guess it's hard for you to make friends when you were dead that time, but...
Felix clenches her teeth.
But I mean, it's not like you've only been awake for a few days. You should be out making friends and having fun and going to birthday parties.
I thought I have only been awake.
Hmm?
Haven't I only been awake for a few days?
It's been probably
a
couple weeks.
Okay. Well, tell you what, I will head back out and plan a birthday party.
Can I come?
No.
Her little wooden hands clap together, so it's actually more like... Aww.
Not this time. But, you can help me with something very important. I need you to help me with my dreams. And you're a good helper, right?
I do like to help my friends.
So, I mean, this would be a big help, you know? Like, we'd be even closer friends after this.
Well, are we going to talk about it, or... And she puts one of her wooden hands on the frosted pane of glass. Can I just help you?
Yep. So I think So I think I put my hand on the mirror and she sees it. She sees what I have seen.
Okay. Wow, that was fun! Can we do that again? There was so much. Wow!
She's so weird.
Danielle is very uncomfortable. But Helix would just be like, I am so glad that you enjoyed that.
Well, what do you want to know?
So you see there were two me's.
Uh-huh.
And what I need to know is, are there really two me's? Or am I just dreaming that there are two me's?
There aren't two yous.
Oh, so there, okay. So it's just me.
No, there are a lot more. And we cut to...
Son of a bitch!
I like to sing. How about I like to dance? I like to have fun.
How about
Like I said, there's a lot of stars.
How about Rob?
There we go. Is Ethan the one who hasn't Robud me?
I think
so.
so.
I think so. I'm coming for you, son.
Oh, don't worry. You're going to kill his mom all over again.
Oh god.
Back at the aviary.
Okay.
And once again, Helix is not showing up.
Great. Good.
And Owl was like...
And then there were 3.
Does it hurt Helix if I decide to just move forward without her and not worry about it?
I don't think it does.
She doesn't know.
Because I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
Yet.
Like, I feel like pushing forward on a meeting does not hurt Helix. Like,
Yeah.
Fine.
Helix is like, oh no, the meeting.
All right. So, as y'all all know, I took a little bit of time off for a family thing, and the thing that I didn't tell y'all, I communed with my ancestors. It was a whole thing, and I think we need to worry about Hades being evil, and possibly maybe that's where Arete is.
what did your ancestor say? Says Owl.
I'm trying to remember exactly now because I can't fucking.
This is where Lord of the Board Brad can recut in the. We do the flashback
With a bunch of
fizzy
reverb.
thing.
Yeah. I asked them.
Hades, as in the Lord of the Underworld.
Yeah. I asked them who it was that took Helix out of Elysium, and they told me it was Hades, and so that.
So is she actually dead then?
Arete?
No.
Helix.
'Cause-
Well, I guess I don't know.
If your ancestors told you, it can be, and Owl's like, it's very challenging dealing with ancestors because they
Yes,
can
it
be
was.
very literal-minded.
Yes, they were.
The revered spirits of the dead have a, and I think you're kind of having a moment like, wait, has she gone and talked to her
Yeah.
ancestors too?
Yeah.
The revered spirits of the dead, because they have lost their humanity, sometimes have problems communicating in a direct manner. So I think that if they told Sparrow that a helix was taken, I think they mean it in a literal sense. As far as whether or not that means that she's dead, well, are you sure now that the helix that you've been finding alongside these past couple of weeks is...
I guess I'm not sure. But, like, I don't know, can Hades, like, clone people? Is that, like, a thing that's within his purview?
Hades generally doesn't do that sort of thing, but there are those who would.
Do we know about tube birth background? I can't remember.
She told us about it
Okay.
last week.
So if the Hades that you have been fighting alongside is a clone, I'm sorry, if Helix.
First it's Horizon, then it's Hades.
Yeah, all these H names. H names and moms. That's the title of that episode.
H names and moms.
If they're a clone, are they a team member? Do you still trust her? She's not here right now.
I think we need to move forward on this mission without her.
Is a replicant a human?
Is Deckard a replicant?
Yes. The answer is yes.
No, I
Are
disagree.
you guys making movie references? Because
Yes.
I don't think I've seen that.
Yeah, Al actually says, no, I disagree.
So I don't know if you guys know.
I feel like-
she's an imposter
I think I-
or...
Right.
Yeah.
I just think it would be really funny that of the entire team, only the owl is the one who gets all of your movie jokes. That's why you're like, I like hanging out with the old lady. 'Cause, like...
That's why I risk my life for you.
Who else gets my movie references?
I think we need to move forward on this mission without her, and I think we need to... I am assuming that Arete is in the underworld right now, and maybe in danger, and I think we need to go help her.
Why do you come to that conclusion?
Because she's been missing for a couple of days?
If she was taken, she wouldn't be put on a way. You don't be like, hey, I think I'm going to get kidnapped today. I'm going to put my
Well, where else would
communicator
she
on
be?
a way. Doing business.
Like what?
She has been moving away from the team for several months now.
She also started an Etsy page.
Yeah, but like I feel like her
Hand
aunt
stabbed
would know
monsters.
where she
Authentic
was.
ambrosia cough drops.
I feel like her aunt would know where she was if she wasn't in some kind of danger.
That's a good point.
And if we think that Hades is doing all of these things right now, it makes sense that he would try to throw us even further off balance.
You saw that weird tracking thing that you used forever ago?
I do.
Does anybody have like Arete's like hair?
Arete?
I would need something of Arete.
How exact Arete? Could it be a family member?
I mean, I suppose if the DNA was...
Okay, hang on. I think she's got lip gloss over in her corner.
Her perfect lips never get chapped.
I was about to say.
I said lip gloss.
How
not
dare you?
chapstick.
All right.
Lip gloss, not chapstick.
Yeah, they're permanently
They have a
pink
natural, wonderful sheen.
Oh please.
tinted. It's demigod.
Oh please.
I'm sure she brushes her luxurious hair. So I'm sure she has a hairbrush.
Her
There you
god
go.
gloss or whatever.
That's more like
But she never uses a single strand.
Why is all of her products completely clean? What the fuck?
I'm trying to help you,
Why are you
damn
guys
it!
making this harder right now?
It's funny.
So yeah, I think you pluck out a hair from her,
Oh,
luxurious.
not so perfect.
My boar hair brush.
Yeah, like. How are you? How is your device going to be able to track her if she is like in the underworld? Like that seems like you don't have that on the map.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Well,
I don't-
if she's not
this was all for
anywhere,
We can at least
that's a really
yeah,
good idea
We can rule out.
of where
Should
she
we
is.
rule out
Can I
is-
make a
is-
meta?
she's
Is
not in
it
Chicago?
recommendation?
Like the other Arete?
Why
here?
don't you try to help unleash
no?
your powers to expand its?
Because it's scary.
Hey, I just am making a meta.
And he is
recommendation.
afraid right now.
My thought is that if she's not on Earth, then we know she's not doing some Earth shit, and if she's not in Olympus, because we already were told that
Uh-huh.
by
I have
Elder
two
Arete.
ideas.
So you're doing it through process of elimination.
Yeah.
I have
Like,
two ideas.
she's not in Kentucky. She's and not in Olympus. She's clearly in the underworld.
Well, that's the only 3 places we know of at the moment.
Right.
So
With
I have
possibilities.
two ideas.
Okay.
I can either see if Arete or any other people that she knows have some ability to modify this device to go beyond our realm, or since you can teleport, maybe if you're the one who used it, it would tell you something it can't tell me.
Or what if?
Can we just try it? Just push the button. Just push the button. Boop. Thank you.
Okay. Are you unleashing your powers, or are you just activating it as is?
Just activating it as is.
No reading.
That's what was requested of me.
No reading.
No reading.
Okay. So that tells us that she's not, like, anywhere that we can track at this moment.
Which we kind of knew.
We didn't know.
What's the
We
range
kinda-
on that? 5 miles?
10 feet.
She's not in this room.
then, like a minute later, she's not in this room either.
She's not a Dr. Pepperoni.
No.
She's not in the bathroom.
Wait,
but
why are we not at
Owl
Dr.
wants-
Pepper?
Okay.
In your dimension for box.
I think it's a pretty good bet, because Mademoiselle Arete said that she wasn't on Olympus.
Who? Get it? Because nobody else calls her Mademoiselle, and also I said who because we're in the AV.
Because I'm right here.
It was very amusing. The amusement is unclear on my face because it was just I'm containing it very well.
I thought it was funny.
Can I see that device?
And I hand it to him.
Okay.
I would like to take it,
And
press the
destroy
button,
it.
and go into a random other color portal. At least try to.
Okay. Go
Without
ahead.
telling us what you're fucking
Without
doing.
saying shit.
Does that
No, it's already clear.
oh,
But
you're-
I
you're just-
assume
you're just-
I assume it's not going to work.
You're just being bonus stupid. Okay.
My assumption is it's not going to work
Okay, push your powers. Do it.
Bonus stupid.
because I am a 0 on freak at the moment.
Oh.
That is an 8.
Ooh.
Okay. So, mark and condition, or I will tell you how this effect is unstable or temporary.
Let's go with unstable or temporary.
Okay.
It's like, you don't want to be hopeless with me?
I do not want to be trapped.
So, Arete, where are you when Figment shows up? And does he
Not
scare the
with his
crap out
mom
of you?
anymore.
Yeah, it's too bad they. Oh! See, now you know the magic of the rock.
Yeah. I think I'm just exiting the subway back out onto the main city streets. So I'm currently going up the stairs to get back into the necropolis.
And you step out into the necropolis, and there's Figment looking around, very scared, like it worked. Oh shit! But he is of a kind of
Wavy.
Wibbly wobbly, timey wimey.
translucent.
Fig?
Where are we?
This is. How'd you get here?
Did you say you?
Where are we? You.
He is also holding in his hand a horizon, like a weird device.
Horizons tracker. That
Who-
you
Oh,
see.
yeah.
Like and like all of the like lights are like meh, 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 boop, boop,
Freaking the
boop,
fuck
ding.
out.
Yeah.
Ding 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 ding.
Fig, you gotta get out of here. This is the underworld.
Am I actually here?
You're.
Why are you here?
It looks like you're half in, half out. I'm trapped. You gotta get out now before you're trapped too. Go! Now!
Try to back out? If that's a thing.
Turn off.
Yeah. You let go of the device, and
That was expensive.
But now you have the device.
Did it stay?
Yeah.
Fuck. Awesome. I am going to put like some sort of dog thing that I managed to get off of Cerberus and all this time into the device, so I know where that fucker is and I can run away.
Oh, you're gonna bell the hell dog?
I couldn't manage to get an actual bell on it, so this is the next best thing.
We do.
Yeah, it's all of a sudden alien.
Yeah.
Okay. You're back. So you're back in the aviary.
Ah, Jesus, Figs, where did you go?
Where's my thing?
And like the
I believe she's in the underworld.
So I was right.
Yes.
Wait, you were there? Is she okay? Did she look like fine?
She looked helpless.
This is hopeless.
Hopeless.
She looked, you could just say upset, okay?
I don't have that. Where's
Yeah, that's not a condition.
I would have given it to somebody by now if I.
You're very upset.
Yeah.
Her lips did not look glossed.
One hair is like bleep. That's how bad things are.
Yeah.
Owl, how can we get to the underworld?
You know how you look on your best day? That's what she looked like. So it's like really bad.
She looked like normal.
Grody.
Well, we need the help of the gods. So that means we either need to talk to Arete, or we need to find a god on our own that can help. Or she doesn't say we, she says you. And I think she actually corrects herself, like, you need the help of the gods.
It's fine, guys. Just totally take your time finding another god in the interim.
Hey, where's my thing?
I dropped it.
It wasn't easy to make. I guess I could make another one, but it's gonna take some time.
Does anybody know how to, like, call Thor? Is that a thing?
Well, we do know one demigod.
I think she's kind of mad at me right now.
Then apologize? I don't
No.
know. I hear that works.
Yeah.
All right, let's call up Arete.
Cut to
What do you mean, many me's?
Did I stutter?
No, you did not stutter.
Did I say mini-me by accident? Because I think Vern Troyer is a delight.
I am not asking you to repeat yourself because of syntax. I am asking you to repeat yourself as in there is one helix. I am right here. So where are the rest of them?
They're all sleeping.
Where?
Do you want to see them?
Welcome to my nightmare.
And then Helix just goes, yes.
Go ahead and take a powerful blow here.
Part of me wants it to be like,
why did you think that was a good idea?
Because no one else can help me.
I wonder if you kill yourself if you'll wake up in a tube.
That would actually be pretty dope.
Oh, don't give Rob ideas.
He's giving you an idea.
Yeah.
Because,
I'm clearly
at a certain point, that would be the most terrifying and quickest way to learn.
That's some Battlestar Galactica stuff.
Seriously.
Yeah.
So I just
Or
roll.
Groundhog
I do a
Day.
straight roll.
You roll plus conditions
God.
marked. So
No.
whatever. You have no,
No
conditions?
conditions.
Okay.
I'm like the only person that doesn't have a condition right now.
Just
Okay.
wait. That's
You
odd.
actually want to fail
I'm
this
gonna roll
roll.
low.
So
Fail it.
Roll
Fail.
low.
Fail.
A 6. So I did fail.
okay.
Right on
You
the cusp.
stand strong, mark potential as normal, and say how you weather the blow.
Okay. So I think what happens is I see all of them. Okay, can you describe what I see, and then I can tell you how I get out of it?
Sure.
Describe the ruckus, sir.
So...
Am I back in the hallway?
No, I think what happens is you have a brief flash of the dozens of yous in the tube tanks. Like, basically imagine every one of them, their eyes open for just a second, and they look around frantically. And that happens dozens of times. And there are, so like, imagine me flipping through those cards very, 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 very quickly.
Okay, and I think we get back to the Helix of last season, and I stop. And here's my question for you: is she currently in the tank, or is she currently in the hallway?
She's in neither. Her eyes flutter open, and you feel like you are suspended. Cold iron chains around each wrist, and a collar. And you look down and see a dozen tubes sticking out of your body. And you see that the tubes are being routed into one of those like old-timey mad science like tubey things, like an alchemical set of some sort. And at the end of that set, where it's dripping into a where whatever is being pulled out of that helix is dripping into a vial of some sort. Like a hand picks up the vial, kind of swirls around the weird glowing fluid, and then the hand moves away from their face, and it's Hades.
So I think, does Hades know that I am conscious at this point?
Yes.
Okay.
And because he kind of looks up and is like, "You're awake."
So I don't want to tip Hades off.
And he starts walking closer and closer to that helix.
So I don't say anything. And when he gets inches from my face, I let out a guttural roar. I rip the chains from my arms, and I pull as many tubes out as I can.
So go ahead and unleash your powers here.
Okay, it's a 6 plus 3 is a 9.
Okay. So mark a condition, or I will tell you how the effect is unstable or temporary.
No, I don't want this to be unstable. I will take a condition.
Okay. What condition are you taking here?
Okay. I don't know.
They're listed right there.
Throughout the 9 kingdoms?
Oh, they're right here. Great, thank you.
Are you angry?
Yes. That helix is furious.
Hulk get mad, Hulk get strong.
Hulk get mad, Hulk get strong. So yeah, and I think
rip, thump, and you pull the
dripping tubes,
the tubes out, and yank out the chains from their moorings and drop the like 3 feet that you were hanging in the air, but you do not fall. You land on your feet, fists clenched.
And then I zap back.
Aww. It was just getting exciting. Go back. And she starts slamming her hands on the glass.
I dip the fuck out.
No, you can't leave me like that. Helixer! And that is where we will take our second act break. We'll be back for Act 3 of Season 2, Episode 3 of Masks Past Tense. Please join us then, won't you? And welcome back to Act 3 of Episode 3 of Season 2 of Masks, a.k.a. Past Tense.
AKA.
Aka.
Oh, no, I want to be on Team Aka. Damn it!
Too late. Look what you've done.
It's too late.
So if I do like AK, it's like the is it an AT or is it an at?
I call it an at.
It's like Ghostbusters. The choice has been made.
I guess that's right. Though according to the Mandalorian, it's actually AT.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Well, GIF.
Definitely GIF.
Yeah, it's 100%
Let's
short for graphical.
Let's not have that argument now.
Graphical.
I mean, we could have that argument. We could go upstairs and immediately watch some Blade Runner, given the am I real element of Helix's story, or we could tell the story.
Oh, fine, if we must.
If we must.
I was just gonna headcanon it.
Does that mean headbutt it? Okay.
No, cannon out of her head.
Okay. So
I can print that.
Yeah. At what point do you just start printing heads of all your friends, like very tiny?
Don't like that.
I think that'd be great.
3D printed friend Rushmore.
Can I
do an entire stream just with myself and 3D printed friends?
Can I drink out of a tawny head mug? Is what I want to know.
If someone buys us or sends us a 3D scanner, I will scan Tawny's head and make a mug.
Oh my god!
I'm not carving that myself, but if someone scans it,
just put her face into a mold thing. And then you just...
As we learned earlier, you can do that.
It would be the Rob mug. That'd be amazing. It'd be pretty good.
All right. Maybe when...
I'll look into some 3D scanners.
So, we're back in the aviary, where you three are trying to figure out how to get to the underworld and what gods you can possibly contact that might be able to help.
I thought we had decided to call up Estrella.
Oh, you did?
Did you? I thought you were still debating on that.
No, it's that face on a mug.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we have to call up Estrella.
She doesn't answer.
Great.
Are you the one calling?
Great.
Somebody else should.
Great.
Maybe her caller ID is showing up.
Oh.
Go for it, Horizon. Go for it.
You pick up your phone and there's an alarm blinking.
Oh,
someone is breaking into your apartment.
I gotta go.
What do you mean you gotta go?
Can I take off?
Okay.
What do you mean you gotta go?
Cut to...
Does this count as running for something difficult?
Nope.
No, you're running towards something difficult.
I know. It's all difficult.
I love how everyone is like, if I step off the curb, does that mean that I'm making a sacrifice?
Can I throw Arite's hairbrush after him and it breaks?
I don't think
And
that's...
then...
it's not valuable, is it?
I don't know.
I
Maybe
have,
it's like
like-
a family heirloom.
I have like 12 boar bristle brushes.
She killed those boars herself,
Yeah.
you know.
Aunt Estrella used to give them for Christmas all
Yeah.
the time, even though she said she already had one.
Listen, that's far too real.
I thought it was mostly like whetstones for sharpening swords and leather polish for polishing.
Keep your swords sharp.
Yeah,
So
sword sharp.
back in the underworld.
Oh god. Wait, I'm playing? I don't know.
No. Skip me.
Okay.
It's okay.
I'm
Skip
prepared.
me.
I'm prepared. Sorry, let me limber up. Okay. Here we go.
Someone is calling your name.
Did I find like an ambrosia fountain or something that I can just take a dip in? No, it's fine.
No,
it's
a searching call.
It's Estrella.
Who does it
It's
sound
Estrella.
like?
Taste the rainbow.
Does it sound like my aunt?
It does.
I don't trust it. Hades has done too many switcheroos already, I feel like.
But you clearly can't trust the cup in front of
You
me.
clearly can't trust the Arete in front of you. Polymusa!
They're so hard. Oh my god. Maybe she knows that I'm here now because Figgy saw me.
Figgy?
Fig?
Is there a thing going on between you two?
No.
Hey there, Figgy baby.
Scarlet Songbird is back!
This is very deep. Are you a bass?
Figgy saying bass.
I want to sneak over and try to assess what's going on. Is that solid?
You could do that, or you could try to find her and pierce her mask, too.
But if I sneak and assess the situation, and it is Hades, I can...
Well, I guess the question is, do you want to make 2 rolls or 1?
The more rolls that I make, the faster I level up again. Because I just only
Yes,
have
but-
2 left now. I should do for 2.
I'm just gonna floor it through the barrier and try to jump Chickasaw Creek.
Yeah.
Vroom vroom, level up, motherfucker.
I'm just gonna keep leveling up until I eventually have to become an adult.
Yes, failing your way to adulthood is basically real life.
Yeah,
So
it is. It is. Kids at home. Now you know the secret.
stay in school, but never study.
Arete, you keep failing. I know, and now we are equal.
Soon I will be president of the United States of America.
God.
Okay, I'll go
real
towards her.
Sorry.
I will go towards her. That
Well, you can if you want to assess the situation.
Okay.
Be my guest.
I'm gonna do that.
You have to be successful on a roll sometime.
Okay. After how it's been going, this is +0. Okay, that's 8 plus 0, which is 8. And I don't have a negative to it.
That is a success.
And I succeeded a roll, guys.
Congrats.
It happens. The first time
Well,
in
never
2
gonna level up
sessions.
now.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm never gonna fail again, but things are still gonna go horribly awry.
Which of those questions is the one you want to ask?
What here is the... Oh, fuck.
Which of these pictures
What
is
here can
not
I
a
use
stop
to
sign?
prove that this is actually my aunt? Ha 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 ha. I like when some of the options just leave a blank for you to fill in yourself.
That you can bullshit your way in.
I have bested you, Robert.
You solved my Estrella puzzle.
The tension.
No, here. If you approach her unarmored.
Oh, fuck. This is such a bad idea, she says to herself, and it starts to drift away in like little bursts of gold.
And you hear her footsteps rapidly approaching.
Aunt Estrella?
Oh my. By the gods, Polly! And she runs up and gives you a super...
Aunt Estrella! Is this flinging myself into easy relief, Rob?
No.
Fuck.
Hugging someone?
Really? It's relieving! My aunt is here!
It is, but it's not easy.
I know, that's true. I know.
Mhm.
If I just ran towards her without double checking, I think that would have been
Yeah.
easier to do.
What are you doing here, you foolish child?
You need to get out now. He's trapping us down here.
You're coming with me.
Hopefully. But Hades he's behind whatever's going on. There's something really wrong.
Something happened tonight. He was able to somehow transform mortals into a monster.
He said something about working to... I think he's trying to leave the underworld. Or trying to take over another plane. I'm trying to remember what he said in the last episode.
It has been a while.
And I kind of got a little bit distracted because he was talking as my mom at the time.
There were feels that were interfering with.
He said something about me not listening enough. I don't know. I wasn't really paying attention.
He mentioned something about working with a group, but I don't know if he was telling the truth or not.
Well, why did you come here in the first place?
He said that he had information about Helix's person, whatever.
Are you?
I'm not telling her that he said it was her. At least not right now. He said he had information on who took Helix, and I'm starting to think that that's because he's the one that took her. But she's on the mortal plane. I don't understand.
I don't understand either. I mean, we brought her to the Gardens of Health, and she was there, and then she was gone. And I've been trying to figure out what's going on, just like you have, and I knew it was one of the gods. I should have known that it was Hades.
Well,
I should have come here first.
Dionysus hasn't had a recently great track record either, so I don't think it's your fault.
He did invent Snapchat.
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
How did you get here?
The old-fashioned way.
Well...
Don't even joke, Ethan.
As she covers her wrists. No,
God!
No. I may be an asshole, but I'm not a fucking asshole, all right?
I'd be like, so Jordan just killed Rob. Unfortunately, we got it on camera, so she stole Brad's laptop.
We're able to show 2.5 of these episodes. No. The underworld, unlike Olympus, because of the sheer amount of people that make their way through the underworld, there are more gates and portals to this realm than the others. You just have to know where to look. I'm guessing that's how you got here?
I took the river path, yes.
And you didn't tell anybody?
I told you that I was heading somewhere.
Why did you not tell anybody, Polymusa?
It was supposed to be a secret meeting. I thought he was going to be giving me...
You decided you were going to have a secret meeting with Hades in the underworld?
He's my uncle. I thought that he at least had... It was suspicious, but I thought it was worth the risk. Obviously, I messed up.
You are absolutely right. But I'm going to fix this mistake, and we are going to get you out of here.
I don't like her.
She's trying to influence you here.
I mean, fix all your mistakes, even though you didn't make one.
Tawny, do not make me fight you across the table.
She's going to get home, and the first thing she does, she's going to punch Owl. So she is trying to move. What's she trying to move here?
When I move, you move.
Just like that.
When I move, you move.
Just like that.
Thank you, Jordan.
You're welcome.
I think she is trying to move your danger down and your mundane up.
I don't like it, but I think I might take it.
My God, that's reasonable.
How many times have your parents said something and you've had that moment of like, I want to be mad. God damn it, you're right.
All right. Okay, I'll take that one. I'll adjust it. You moved my maxed and minned ones the opposite direction.
Good. No,
so
that's why I threw it that way, because I knew it was going to be a hard choice of like, wait, get out of the danger zone here.
Damn, it's not like I use danger and mundane a lot either. So it's sort of that's not true. I try, but
oh wait, you don't use danger a lot because you're not directly engaging a threat.
I was getting screwed with it because I had the afraid card, and that was a -2.
Okay, well, as it just so happens, a threat appears.
Oh, great!
Which we'll get to in a moment.
A wild threat appears.
Because
is it the Cerberus? Because I demand a beep 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 beep.
Okay, so she hugs you again, and then Erte is like, do you hear something weird? And then you hear, like, from between you go, beep, 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 beep.
Fuck!
Cut to.
Oh, no.
So you get to your house, and somebody has bashed in your door.
I would like to assess the situation.
All right, roll it.
Get it.
Nope.
Okay.
Solid 3.
He gets something in his eye.
We're all gaining potential tonight,
Splinter
folks.
from the door.
Yeah.
So let's see here. What do I want to do to you?
I assess nothing.
You assess nothing.
Was this your house? Wait
Insecure.
a second.
I live next door.
The house is no longer secure. It was a joke.
Your house
So-
is insecure.
Yikes. That was a great dad joke, though. 10 try.
You're welcome.
That reminds me, I have to tell you about a new card game that I just got. I think Ethan would appreciate.
Oh, okay. I know how to.
Yeah.
I know what we're doing.
Uh-oh.
You stop. And you slap your back against the thing, and you're like, okay, I just gotta look inside. And you peer your head around, and a laser blast comes arcing out at you.
Jesus.
And you hear Alexis in full defense mode, being like, come out with your hands up and all weapons deactivated. You have 20 seconds to comply.
It's me. Hello.
And you see Alexis in the middle of your apartment, which has been shot up and smashed up. And she's got one blaster hand pointed at you, and the other blaster hand pointed at Helix, who is kind of standing also there like, what the hell are you doing here? I am calling the authorities.
I do like a deactivate security protocol.
Code sequence.
Code
Alpha
sequence.
Bravo.
8675309.
There is no record of that code in my database.
Try the Alpha Sigma Sigma code.
Up, down, down,
Up, down, left,
There
right,
is
left,
no deactivation code in my database because that code isn't currently part of this version of Alexis.
God, write those codes first, bro.
And she kind of twitches and flickers for a second, and a blast bolt goes off that like whizzes past your head.
I am of no help. I don't know the code.
Am I able to take the moment that she blasted that direction to maybe jump in the room and like somehow like rip her out of the.
That sounds like you. That sounds like you are directly engaging a threat. Oh, do you have a negative to that or something?
Damn well, no, I do. All right, here we go. I failed.
How bad though?
Well, I got a 7, but I got a -2.
Team.
-2, not -1.
I mean, we do kind of have a lot of team, but somebody else made to be there, and none of you know working.
Did you add your
danger?
Oh, did I add my danger? No, I didn't. I got a +2.
So that zeroes it out, and you have just what you rolled.
I have a 7.
7. Great.
Okay,
That's
so
not bad.
Is
That's
that
not bad.
so you get to pick either you resist or avoid their blows, take something from them, create an opportunity for your allies, or impress, surprise, or frighten the opposition.
Take something from them.
What are you taking?
Their power.
Life force. Okay.
So basically, she doesn't have any sustaining power to be activated anymore.
Okay.
Shutting her down.
Okay. I think you are feeling kind of guilty about that. So, she blasts at you, and you let off a hip shot blast of your own that smashes into her central processing unit, that is scattered across the dining room table, and it goes. The force blast doesn't destroy it, but knocks it off the table. It bounces it off like the kitchen cabinets, and when it hits the ground, Alexis fades out.
Did you honestly think that I wasn't going to have any security protocols set for someone breaking into my house?
Felix starts crying.
What? Well, don't do that. Okay. Oh boy.
They're there, and she just
with the broom.
So does Alexis have a corporeal form, or is she just a hologram?
I think she's just a hologram.
Okay, so I think Helix just kind of crumples.
What's wrong?
I just wanted to see my mom.
But I told you my mom is dead and Alexis is malfunctioning. She's not even. I mean, you just saw what happened. She almost killed us both.
She's the only parental figure I have ever had. You don't even care about her anymore.
I care about you.
You shouldn't.
You're my friend. You're more than that. You're my family. Look, I told you before, my mom is dead, but just come back tomorrow.
I can't.
Please, it'll be worth it.
Can't come back. You guys could lock me up, you could kill me.
We're not doing that.
I'm not Helix.
What do you mean you're not Helix?
I mean the Helix that you knew and was your friend and your teammate is locked in some facility filled with tubes and needles. She could be dead. I don't know. All I know is that she is Helix and I am something that is made of flesh and blood and bone, but I am not Helix.
I take her hand and I say, I need you to trust me. Come back tomorrow.
Are you trying to comfort her here too?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead and make that move.
Watch me fail.
Nice.
Add that mundane.
Whoops.
I
Well, that was gonna be better, but okay. Oh, good. I got a 6.
I can't really help you comfort or support me.
No.
Do you have influence over her? because you can add a +1 to all moves.
I think I'm the only one that does.
Yeah.
Oh.
Damn.
Crap. Yeah, that was going to be a fucking 5.
Was it?
It was! I saw it!
You can both yell at your dice later.
I already have it planned out.
When you share a vulnerability or weakness with someone, give them influence and hold 2. Spend that hold to help them as if it were team in the pool.
So if you give influence to him, you gain 2 hold, which are basically like points that you can use, and then you can spend those as if they were team.
Great.
Are we doing that?
Yeah, are you doing that? Because I have a I have a terrible idea for a move.
Well, I do need to get rid of angry, and I could do that by hurting someone or breaking something important. So, what's your idea?
Okay.
Oh, Rob's face is just evil.
The TV turns on,
Oh, shit.
and on the screen appears Hades. I was just wondering if you had decided on the deal that I proposed, Mr. Braddock.
Am I visible?
Yeah.
He can see me?
Well, you just see Hades on his TV screen asking him about a deal. What do you do? Do you smash that TV?
Do you smash him into the TV?
Yeah, I think I have to smash the TV.
Okay. How does the move work?
Discard this card at the end of a scene if you hurt someone or break something important.
If you smash him into the TV, you'll get rid of it.
What, not just smashing the TV?
No, it's just the TV. That's not that important, but
But it's
actually
important to him. Because it's his access to Hades.
There are other TVs.
There are other TVs. Hades can appear where the F he wants. The TV was just convenient.
Okay. Fine. I'll shove him into the TV.
Super.
Not very super.
Okay.
I mean, as far as she knows, now you're working with Hades.
Right.
Does that provoke someone?
No, that's you just pick him up and chuck him into the TV.
Oh, okay, great. I think I just shove him into the TV and I go, "You have no idea who you were dealing with."
Am I unconscious right now?
No. I think you're angry though. Because this is a good, you're trying to help Helix, and she just picked you up and threw you into the TV.
Are you working with him?
No! First of all, expensive! Second of all, of course I'm not working with him. I don't even know him.
Then why is he on your TV?
You tell me why is he on my TV.
I have no idea. But he made me.
And he showed up on my fucking TV and told me that he could bring back my mother. What do you know about that?
I don't know anything. But I know that the reason I am like this is because of him. And if you think a person like that could bring back your mom, then you're more of an idiot than I ever thought you could be.
Who said I agreed? He even asked me if I made a decision. And I had, and I was going to tell him that until you pushed me in my own television. Now, my shoulder hurts, and I don't have a TV.
You killed Alexis, didn't you?
I didn't kill Alexis. I just deactivated her.
You as good as killed her. Because she's not your mom anymore.
Like I said before, come back tomorrow.
Fuck you, Sean.
All right. And on that scene, cut to...
Damn! Helix dips.
And we cut to, I feel like we want to cut to like a
Elevator moment.
No,
this is gone, by the way.
Yeah, yeah.
You think I'm still angry, but I just get rid of it.
No, we cut to like a field of like puppies or like
Kitties, rainbows.
Yeah, kitties and rainbows.
I love you, Tony.
No, that was a great scene. We cut back to the underworld.
We're running.
You were running and
away
running.
from Cerberus. Trying to find any way to get far enough from these dogs/dog and make our way to whatever exit Estrella mentioned.
Okay.
Is that in assess the situation to try to get out of there?
What are you doing?
Unleash your powers. Overcome an obstacle or extend your senses.
Yep, let's unleash your powers here.
Okay. Plus freak.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to do that one.
Oh, are you still? Oh, you are.
It literally, I mean, it says the words.
I have a negative.
To overcome an obstacle, reshape your environment, or extend your senses.
So,
Ooh.
actually, that's a 9 minus 1 for 8.
But isn't it also -2 for? Oh, that's your
yeah, because
net.
I have a +1 and then I have a -2.
That's your net?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, this is a pretty easy move here.
Yeah.
So are you going to mark a condition, or am I going to tell you how the effect is unstable or temporary?
Oh my god, I don't want any more conditions.
She's like, I don't like any of those answers around.
How about pass? No.
Pass.
Come back tomorrow.
Felix might come back tomorrow.
Who would bet it?
How is the effect unstable or temporary, Rob? For me unleashing my powers to try to get away from Cerberus.
Well, this is pretty easy. Only one of you gets to go home.
Damn.
Oh my god. Damn.
It's Estrella.
You think she's gonna let you do that?
I'm gonna pretend that I'm gonna go through the portal and I'm gonna make her go.
How are you going to do that?
I'm going to...
You don't want to fling yourself into easy relief?
That could be
By
it.
escaping and leaving her?
Fuck you, no.
Because that sounds like...
Not my aunt!
Just saying.
No.
You just have to run faster.
No.
Ethan!
I'm not doing that. It's not an option. I can't do
you
that.
were gonna make him say Robba, and then he made you go
We have a GM in the making, folks.
Oh, how the tides have turned.
And how the turntables have
Tied it.
fuck.
Fuck.
Provoke someone?
I was just looking at that.
Because you've gotten to the portal. It's a doorway into it's a doorway into an old, I want to say like a bodega, like it's like a, you know, and it's there are weird energy tendrils, you know, coursing off of it.
Mm-hmm.
And like you feel, because you've been holding hands as you've been running, and you feel her hand tense up because you know she's going to chuck you through the portal.
Yeah.
What do you do?
Because
you see it and you're like, oh no, that's a one person portal, and you know she's going to push you through.
Fuck that. I'm going to, I think.
So let me lay out your options here.
Yeah.
You can provoke her.
Mm-hmm.
If you're going to try and throw her through first, that's going to be taking a powerful blow.
Oh, taking a powerful blow?
Yep. Because you're trying to out wrestle your aunt, and
you know what? I'm gonna take a powerful blow, but I'm never giving up, never surrendering.
Okay.
Because I think that sort of fits right in.
Okay.
And when you take a powerful blow from someone with far greater power than you, use this move instead of the basic roll plus savior.
Okay.
So that's a +2. Don't fuck with me, guys. This is not the time for you to fail. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Aren't you trying to fail on taking a power?
No. With her fancy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We did that last time.
yeah.
With her fancy move, it's different.
So on a hit,
Because if you fail, it's worse.
You stand strong and choose one. On a 7 to 9, mark and condition. And I'm going to do, for my condition, guilty.
You're absolutely guilty.
And then I choose one of the options below. You get an opportunity you're opening against your attacker, you rally from the hit, and it inspires the team, or you keep your attacker's attention. I mean, is the attacker considered to be Estrella, or is it Cerberus?
No, I think it's Cerberus.
Okay, so then
Because it makes sense that you would basically
send her through and then
yeah.
get the fuck out of there. So I think I'm going to keep my attacker's attention and peel away and just get the hell out after
So how do you send her through?
So I feel her hand tense around my wrist.
And I mean that's like,
yeah.
You know that the only reason you can feel that is because of your
adrenaline.
Your training and your connection to the arete, because that's how you know, like, oh, they're gonna try to flip me. Well, I'm gonna move this and reflip them back.
I have not had my armor on this entire time, and I pull up my shield where her hand is.
Okay.
And it presses up against her hand, and I grab her with the opposite and push her through as hard as I can before pivoting and taking off.
Well, I think you push her, and then like, so we see her like fly away from you, you know, hands outstretched, face in like no, like horror, and once she hits the bodega doorway, it flashes and she's gone. And without even looking, you put your shield behind you, and you hear bang as Cerberus smashes into you. And when you whirl back around, Cerberus is on all three, or all three of its heads are growling at you, and the iron leash is in the hand of Hades. Cut to
no.
You could have just gone through the portal.
No, I couldn't have.
All your conditions would have been gone.
No, it wouldn't have been worth it for Jordan's heart condition. Okay.
The old Rob Hart murder. Where
I'm a hero, damn it! Even if I'm hopeless and guilty.
We're gonna give Jordan some CBD later. And a nice cup of cocoa.
Yeah.
don't want to do that?
Yeah, absolutely, whatever it is.
Of course I want to do that. The aviary. As you guys are, you know, working out, like, now that you're down to just the two of you now.
I think I'm just like, Biggs, can you get us there? We'll find a way out later.
Maybe.
I don't know that we have other options.
I think I know the way, but I don't know if I'm strong enough yet to use it. That's what happened last time when I tried.
Send me through in case it doesn't work right.
Sparrow.
She's just trying to get rid of guilty.
I know. I know she is.
Hey, you know what? It's still cool.
I'm still character happy.
I mean, it
with the
also really
choice.
works for the character.
Yeah.
No, it's lovely. It's lovely.
I can try.
All right. Let me just get like some trail mix and some granola bars and a couple of bottles of water. Let's go. I forgot the owl was here.
Yeah. Yeah, the owl is like,
How about no?
Queen.
I need to do this. Arate's part of my team. And if Hades is doing weird stuff to Helix, I have to figure it out.
You also need to say goodbye to your mother.
I'm gonna be fine.
Tawny has the biggest grin of
Would you,
self-confidence.
if you were so uncertain, would you... No, we're gonna remove that. Quinn, if it were me, I would certainly say goodbye to you. I always have a contingency. But you plan for the best and prepare for the worst.
Okay. Then. I think I'm gonna be fine, but so I think this is overreacting, but I guess you're probably right. So. Okay.
Or I can do it.
I don't think that would go over well.
Well, you don't seem to want to.
Because I think you're overreacting and I'm gonna be fine. So it'll be fine, but I'll call her, I guess.
No, I'll do it.
Are you trying to make me guilty again, Rob?
Please say yes.
Yes, I'm trying to make it like Tawny is guilty. Like Tawny has to do a thing.
All right, I think I.
Well, no. Owl's trying to influence you here.
For the folks listening at home, Tawny just covered
Tawny
his
has immediately
ass.
set fire to her character sheet.
She
It's
covered
like,
up her labels, so Rob doesn't know.
like I
where
wasn't
to
looking
keep
at them for the past 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Your danger up and your mundane down.
Yeah, okay. I'll take that.
Danger.
But that means that the owl is the one who makes this call.
What?
Yep.
That's what what's accepting means.
Well,
It's all about if you're confident enough that you're going to survive no matter what. That's kind of what that label transfer is.
Yeah.
But I just wanted the free label.
that's exactly what I wanted.
It's almost as if the label shifting comes with a price or a cost, and sometimes that narrative cost is not one that you want to play. Oh, you're pushing back on it now.
Don't worry, Tawny. I would have done the same thing. Oh, cool. Sounds good. All right.
Wait, shit.
6. I don't remember what I had to this.
You don't
know nothing.
6.
Zip 0, stingy with De Niro. Their words hit you hard. Mark a condition, and the GM will adjust your labels. No, mark a condition. Oh, you did fail, yeah. Yeah, I like how all of your fails have been resisting the influence.
Did I just hold on to guilty since I was going to give that back just now?
Yeah, because you're not calling your mom, bro.
Well, I tried to resist, so I am calling my mom.
Insecure, maybe.
Maybe afraid of how she'll react.
Or now you're just angry because.
No, yeah, now
I'm already angry.
Now you're afraid because oh shit, what if I don't come back?
Oh, wonderful.
Which labels are you shifting, Rob? Same ones?
Totally
Same
fucked
ones you
me.
were
Look at
gonna
that
shift?
shit.
Yeah.
I know the feel, bro.
You got like 2 whole episodes to get rid of those.
Masks past tense, aka what if I die today?
This would be a lot easier decision to make if I could see your labels, but you set your character sheet on fire, so I can't.
Next vacation to a facility.
Rob's just like, you're angry.
I mean, it
Now
just
you're
makes
afraid of how
sense for
angry
you
you
to
are.
push my superior
You're
up
guilty
right now,
because you're
so-
afraid
What's that?
to
I don't think it makes sense for you to push my
No.
superior up right now, so-
She still wants to push. You're still going to push your danger up, but I think your. I think your savior goes down.
My savior is permanent.
Oh, that's all. I keep forgetting. Bling. Then your superior goes down.
My labels are just all over the damn place today. All right, and I think I like FaceTime my mom or whatever.
No, because she talks to your mom. That was the condition. She talks to your mom.
No, she
never
resisted.
Yeah.
Or she tried to resist.
Yeah.
Never mind.
So she still is, or like, fine, I'll do it, but now she's feeling weird, even weirder about it.
All right, so I FaceTime my mom.
Owl was like, Figment, let's give her some privacy.
Okay.
Bong bong boom 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 bong bong boom 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 boom. Well, Quinn,
Hey, Mom.
why are you in? And she starts like going like.
Emma, Elliot.
Orye, Uye, Are, Ilste, Eringway, Orye, Ask Me.
Yep.
Do they not teach Pig Latin in schools anymore?
Epie?
Yay!
You're wearing your mask and you're calling me your civilian mother.
I mean, are you like around a bunch of people right now? Are people looking at your phone over your shoulder?
Well,
Like,
no, but I don't know. Somebody could hack the phone and like
all right,
upload
okay, all right.
and upload it to YouTube or something.
I don't think. I mean, that's probably okay.
Oh my god, you just unmasked yourself.
How did I not know?
You're insecure now.
Emma's finally getting the, how did I miss this?
Every time you put their glasses on, I was like, what?
I wanted to give you a quick call though, because I have to go and do something really important, and I guess the owl thinks it's kind of dangerous, so she was like worried about stuff. But
Okay.
I think it's gonna be fine. So
What are you doing?
Nothing. I mean, yeah, I was gonna go down. I'm gonna go help Arite out of a bind down in
Hell.
hell?
Like literal hell.
I mean, like, yeah, it's like the underworld or whatever. Like Hades is there, and yeah, that sounds bad now that I'm thinking about it. So
It sounded bad from the beginning.
And you're going by yourself.
well, Fix is gonna try to come, but he's not sure.
You might have to work. Dave is such an asshole at the Orange Julius because he won't.
Fix is gonna try to come, but he's not sure that he can send more than one person. Like that the powers will be strong enough. So I'm gonna go.
Well,
and
I don't
I'm
get
gonna
to.
bring Irritate back.
I don't get to say anything here.
Well, I mean, you sure?
Girl, you got this.
Oh. I thought you were gonna be really pissed. Angry. Pursed. Pursed? Pissed.
No.
Pissed.
Honey, if the owl believes you can do it on your own, then you can do it on your own. She's trying to influence you.
What is she trying to influence me with, Rob?
Danger up, mundane down.
Yeah, okay.
I resist.
Danger is going to be really useful here.
didn't expect this from Emma.
That's very sweet.
I've already cried this episode. But let's just do it again.
This was not what I expected.
Take your gentle dams if you're about to be
I
DM'd.
know. That's why it's fun. Look, Quinn, all the times that you have told me that you were helping homeless kittens, or that time that you were trying to raise money for the National Warthog Society.
Yeah, that was not a good one.
You were helping the owl. You were saving lives. You were protecting people, and
Can't say the same for the Warthogs, but
they got a donation. And I got to see you tonight. And I don't know if the owl is proud of you, but I am.
Thanks, Mom. I don't like go chasing danger while I'm gone, or like whatever, because I won't be here, and you like to get into stuff.
Yeah, I wonder where you get that from.
Yeah.
All right, go kick butt, honey.
Love you, Mom.
I'll make sure to get some Dr. Pepperoni for when you're home. Okay.
Okay.
All right. I love you too, Quinn.
Bye.
That was nice
That was
after
nice.
making fun of Tawny the entire episode.
Are you not weepily entertained?
Lots of smooshy feels.
It was
Yeah.
very good.
Okay. I'm gonna. All right. I walk back towards wherever like
Mhm.
Figs and the owl went, and I assume they're both just like.
Just imagine how much worse that would have been if the White Owl had called.
Oh my god.
Greetings, I'm here to inform you that your daughter is dead.
She's going to hell.
I
Thank you,
guess
no further
I'm
questions.
ready then. Or like.
Not yet.
She hugs the owl really hard.
The owl hugs you back really hard. And now Figment is like,
Let's go, Figment.
Figment's like, wait, I have to go to the bathroom. I'll be right back.
This is the lowest my freak has ever been.
Oh no.
I think I also look at Figs and I'm like, you got this.
the power of hugs compels you. The power of hugs compels you.
And I'm using a team.
All right.
She turned inside out and exploded.
Cut to.
That's why we do those long rolls.
Uh,
It's good. It's good shit.
Just a roller coaster.
Yeah.
The Brattan house.
mm-hmm. Or what's left of it.
Well, I'm assuming you're kind of cleaning stuff up and putting stuff away.
I just broke your door.
No, but
And your
Alexis
TV.
broke a lot more.
Right.
And you put together the pieces of Alexis, and like the light is blinking. I'm assuming that you're still checking on it to make sure that it's like okay-ish.
yeah, I don't want to die.
Hello, I am Alexis.
Hello, Alexis.
Which protocol would you like me to load? The Sean Braddock protocol? Or the Helix protocol?
Helix protocol, please.
There's a shimmer and a shake. Hello, Sean. How are you?
I'm good. How are you, Alexis?
I'm all right. I seem to be in a few pieces here and there. Did something bad happen?
Yeah, that's my bad. Don't worry about it. I'll clean it up.
No. I can clean it up and like the various bits and pieces of her central core start to like, you know, float back onto her and lock back up.
Oh well, yeah. That was way easier. Thank you.
Well, you know, I want to make sure things are tidy when Helix. When did she tell you about Hannah?
Did you?
Well, were you in Elysium?
No. Or no, I was. Yeah.
Then you heard the Dryad call me Hannah.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, I want to make sure things are nice and tidy when before Hannah gets home.
Well, she'll like that.
I think so too.
Mm-hmm.
What movie are you watching with my daughter tonight?
I don't know. I was gonna let her choose.
And that is where we end our third episode.
I saw that coming about 2 minutes ago.
No!
We'll be back with our back pages in just a few moments to talk about the roller coaster that we rode through this episode and to see where everybody makes their final end of game moves. We'll see you then.
I can't cry for a third time.
And welcome back to Back Pages of issue 3 of season 2 of Masks. And the emotional roller coaster continues here, folks. Jordan was telling me about the techniques that she was using to intimidate her dice to roll, because she was fairly certain that I was going to kill either her or Estrella if she would have failed. Missed that move.
I don't believe him when he says that was the case.
And then I was like, no. Well, I mean, you of all people know that I'm a firm believer in the Dungeon Master.
Torture, don't kill.
Yeah. Death is the most boring thing that can happen to you, but stripping things away because if you fail, you still can. It's easier to try when you're still alive than if I just roll up a new character. Ha ha ha! Like, and poor Danielle has been a Rizek.
I've had a hell of an episode.
Yeah, had a hell of an episode.
Those tissues got used.
I wonder if there's some sort of transitive Sarah property over there now, because that's where she has cried a lot in our sessions throughout the past year. So
it's the crying scene.
Yep, it's the crying scene.
I also want to let everybody know that the idea of giving Alexis to Helix was totally Tony's idea, and I think that's a brilliant element, and it really proves why your character is kind of the heart of the team, because you're the one that does those things that everyone else is like, oh, even though you're this child of a supervillain and blah 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 blah.
Well, thank you, Rob. That softens the blow of these.
It's okay.
No.
I mean, everybody here has a condition, which means
I don't.
Someone's
Do you want to borrow one?
Helix doesn't have a condition.
You can take it out
Danielle
for a
has multiple.
Does Helix need to borrow one, take it out for a spin, try it on for just a couple hours?
No.
Yeah.
Listen, Danielle needs to go home and hug her own mom and just cry a lot. So
this is why I've talked about having some sort of escape hatch back here. Like I pull one of these books and like the rest of the shelf goes up.
And you just set me up to cry for next week, because then Helix finds out that Alexis is her mom.
Yeah.
Unless everybody dies before then.
Yeah.
Then you'll never know.
I swear to
Or
God.
Or I die and your last words to me were "fuck you."
Oh.
We can't kill him in episode 4. That would be dumb.
Yeah, because he's Aftershock.
Wow. Like,
Honestly.
Oh, and you're the one that pushed him to it by telling him to fuck off.
I don't love this.
well, too bad, because I fucking do. I would also like to point out that while I may be benevolent and cruel, Ethan has been sliding knife after knife into the ribs of people. So
He's
watch
just like-
out for him.
So you want this beautiful poker in your eye? Here you go.
Yeah. Whew, that's some good stuff. All right. So let's make now that we have talked about our setup, and everybody is going to be staring at me very heavily until we tape our next episode of what happens next, what's going on. Or maybe you're like, no, I can't handle anymore. I have too many conditions. Let's discuss what you want to do for the end of session move. At the end of every session, you choose one. You choose whether or not you grew closer to the team, you grew into your own image of yourself, or you grew away, from the team. What I'd like to do while they're contemplating this is do a little bit of ad copy here. We are very happy to be bringing you Masks, A New Generation from our friends at Magpie Games. If you love superheroes and you love teen drama, Masks is an amazing run of the Powered by the Apocalypse rule set. So please be sure to check it out if you haven't already. I know that the Magpie runs sales very often as well too. So if you're struggling with coin, don't worry about it, because if you just shop smart, you'll be able to find a copy of it fairly cheap.
If you want a signed copy by all of us, buy it, send it to us.
We'll sign it.
We'll sign it, and then you can buy it back.
No.
It's a joke.
Yeah.
Sure,
but
that aftershock.
but it's always the quiet ones. But if you do wish to give us money, we do have a Patreon, which we would love for you to subscribe. The more patrons that we get, the more we're able to do shows and expand out and maybe do more shows. If you aren't sick of us yet, we would love to be able to expand out and do additional content and spend more time playing Let's Pretend. Because you get shows like this. Like, I am very happy with the content that we've been creating for Masks. I mean, all of our shows, obviously, but Masks in particular, I feel like this show has been a ton of fun, despite all the jokes of ha 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 trauma. Like, I mean, maybe a little
That's
trauma.
part of the fun.
Yeah. Maybe a little trauma.
Listen, if you want to cry with your friends, ask.
And if you are unable to subscribe to the Patreon, we get that too. But then we ask that you please like our Facebook page, like our Instagram.
We're big on Twitter.
We're big on Twitter. Follow us on Twitter. Share the show with your friends and tell them, because this past week with it's easy to see when people are like, hey, what are your good podcast recommendations? Throw us in there, because there are people who are looking for stuff that is not D&D, and D&D is great and all, but I think that we're providing a much different type of story for folks who still like the idea of listening to other people play RPGs, but I think we're doing some amazing stuff outside of that. So share us, like us, write reviews on iTunes, and all of that can help us just as much as if you gave us money through a Patreon, because that gets more people to listen to us, and that means that when we talk to companies who are interested in sponsoring us, we can say, hey, we have this many listeners, we have this many reviews, and that makes them consider giving us money or giving us product to do our show. Which reminds me, we are sponsored this year by Arc Dream and Evil Hat, because we're going to be doing 2 of their games throughout the year. So I want to drop a note for that. We're going to be playing playing Aegon with them, and we're playing Delta Green as part of our programs with our sponsors. So we hope that you check out their stuff as well too, because we don't play junk on this game, on this show. So we're very excited to be doing those shows as well. And I think that's all that I have for that. Everybody looks like they're ready to talk, so let's start with... Who wants to go first?
I'll go.
Oh.
All right.
I was pretty set on what I wanted to do. I am going to choose my end of session grow closer to the team, which is interesting because I've been by myself most of the session. But I do want to give influence to Figment because I was running around scared and hopeless in the underworld. Met his mom, and
I proved that we were looking for you.
Yeah, that they were looking, and so Figment gets influence over me. The only one, he's special. And it's really hard not to mark potential, but I'm going to get rid of. I'm going to get rid of my hopeless condition because now there is hope. My team is looking for me.
And maybe they can save you from battling Hades.
Potentially.
From the three jaws of Cerberus.
Yes.
Who is next?
I'll tag in since we can leapfrog it.
Yeah.
Sure. I'm gonna do glue closer to the team.
Wow, everyone is hugging each other this episode.
Because
in a literal and
exactly. I got a physical hug at the end, and I am one of the most important team members at this exact second.
You are. You really
You're not wrong.
Yeah. So with that, I'm going to mark potential, which levels me up, and I'm going to give influence to Tawny, but she already has influence, which means you have the option of shifting my label.
I want to shift your freak up, and something else down. Freak up.
Freak.
Yeah, get your freak on. And then let's bring down your mundane because it makes sense if your freak is going up.
Okay, and then I gotta figure out how to level up to get my freak up one more time.
Okay.
There's some label shifting options.
Yeah, he's like
I've taken most of them.
I am like it feels. I don't want to say like min-maxy, but at the same time, we're pushing the like. I'm willing to take that in exchange for a great cliffhanger this episode. So some people might get a little like, oh well, but he's just. It's fine.
I am just.
This is.
If it helps, because you now have influence over me, you might be able to, in the interim between now and the beginning of next episode, add +1 to that, because you're technically targeting to send her to me. And you have influence over me in the influence card. So you have about a couple hours to really make your case and try to.
Yeah, there's going to be some rules deliberation, but frankly, I would much rather have him be able to succeed well rather than if failure happens. Next session will be a great example. It will be a great illustration of if he fails, how to properly fail forward. Because the advantage of he missed. Well, I guess you're stuck.
That's fine.
You did spend this entire episode isolated, and even though we were able to cut around, the sooner we get the band back together and everybody's bouncing off each other, the better. So now, would that happen without, say, I don't know, you freaking out because you accidentally came across your mom or something like that? Of course, those are always options, but we'll see how that goes in our next session. So
I'm also very worried about if Mom Spirit's in my cape and then cape and Mom meet
in the same plane of existence.
Yeah, exactly. How would that react?
So anyway, tune in for our next show. As I have, this is also one of the reasons why I do cliffhangers, because if they murder me, they don't know how the story ends.
Yeah, that's true.
So all right, who's next?
Tony.
Yeah. Not to sound like a broken record, but also I'm going to grow close to the team.
Yeah.
I feel like
I love it. Yeah. I love it.
I feel like I started the episode by he's trying to delve deeper into his Japanese heritage, and I feel like he's been at the start of the episode, he's continuing to do the training that Sparrow has been giving him, and then not only that, but he then helped the team during a fight. He got White Owl out of there, and then he did something nice for Helix. So I think that he's going to give influence to her.
To me?
Yeah.
Even though I screamed at you?
Well, because you felt like you weren't the real Helix and that you were alone, and I said your family. And I think Horizon truly believes that. He sees everybody on his team as his family.
It also makes sense that maybe he, even though you screamed the living hell at him, he's like, okay, you're a clone. You're clearly having a rough day. I understand that you yelled at me. I forgive you.
Well, I think what Horizon knows really well is how much pain it is to lose a parent. So he knew how she felt, and he's like, okay, like, I know she's upset. I've been there. I get it. So as a result of that, I'm going to get rid of angry because he's not angry anymore.
Okay.
Good call.
Who's left?
I mean, I can go or you can go. Whatever.
Go ahead if you're ready.
What?
Go ahead if you're ready. I'm still doing a think.
So, unfortunately, the love fest has to come to an end. because
oh, poor Debbie Downer Helix.
Because Clone Helix grew away from the team.
Oh, what?
Who would have thought? She discovered that she was not an original being, and she is all sorts of messed up about it and feels like no one's gonna love her anymore. So... take influence over you away from it. Who has influence over me right now?
I think just Tony.
What color are you?
What color are you?
Purple.
I do too.
I think.
Oh wait, no, I don't.
Oh,
you
I
don't?
do.
I thought you were.
I guess it's just me.
Yeah, no, I
Just
don't.
you?
Just me.
I thought I got. Oh,
It wouldn't make sense
Oh,
to
no, that
take it
didn't
away
happen.
from you.
It would if you're
Yeah.
growing away from the team.
Okay.
She's the leader of the team, despite protestations to
To
otherwise.
the. Yeah, I guess so. So I have to take it away. Sorry, bro.
Okay, and
All right, I'm gonna bring it back because
Okay.
I also think I grew closer to the team. I was struggling and thinking maybe the image of myself, but like, I defended the team to Estrella.
yeah.
Like, me and Figs are like really working together. Like, okay, you ran off and I don't fucking know why. You ran off and I don't fucking know why.
but you are still
Yeah.
you also are focused on getting
And
your
I'm-
other team member back.
I'm fixing
I
to
get it.
like risk my life to save Verite, etc. So, who doesn't have influence?
So you're giving influence to a character.
Yeah.
Everyone does.
So who?
So I mean,
That
like,
was the struggle
I'm
with
at
the
that
last
point
episode,
again
too,
where
yeah.
I feel like I should be giving it to Erite, but I cannot.
you can. She can just shift your labels.
People just make tough decisions sometimes in the first season.
No,
of the show.
because
Oh,
Yeah.
right,
You
right.
cancel.
Yeah, you
People
keep
make
breaking.
some lock decisions really too fast in the first season of a show, and then they come to regret it in season 2.
I don't know.
Is there a way to unlock that?
No,
No.
that move has been made.
We
Yeah,
can't just
right.
break the game.
I guess then
that's what a future
Figs?
does.
And so Figs already has influence, and you can shift my labels. No.
Wow.
And I'm clearing afraid.
Robert, they are married.
How you? Oh, because you're okay.
I'm gonna move your superior down because you need people. And
I think this is the first time my superior has gone under a +2. Ever.
Probably good, honestly, like for character development.
Yeah.
you're danger up because you got this.
Danger.
Wait, wasn't your superior locked?
That's my
Savior.
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 Because that's one to keep clanging off.
Yeah, I
of.
know.
That's right. You're like, oh yeah.
You should change the color of that.
It's blue. It's in pen.
Like no, it's me being a dummy.
You should
So
put like a different color on there. Slap some purple.
I mean, it's in blue pen instead of pencil.
like just draw a little middle
blueprint.
finger on it and be like, no,
Just
Rob.
write Rob a post-it.
Yeah.
I have it in my notes now, so
Okay.
and I still kept on clanging off of it, so nothing's gonna stop me. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to thank you all for coming out for our Masks show. We will be back next time for episode 4, the penultimate episode of season 2. How many people will I get to cry next week? We shall see. But in the meantime, we are Theater of the Mind players consisting of
Tony Cheek.
Jordan Fishburne.
Danielle Braden.
Ethan Exon Anderson.
Tawny P. Thompson.
and as always, our lovely and talented Lord of the Board.
Brad Davies.
For all of us at Theater of the Mind players, this is Rob Wheeland telling you, just repeat to yourself, it's only a game. I should really just relax.